Hey everyone, good morning. We are on the eve of Christmas Eve and I can't believe it. I hope everyone is prepared and ready. I know there is going to be a lot of last minute running around, including myself. I so foolishly forgot a few things, so hope everyone is having a good day. I am starting this early because I will hope to keep this short. That is my hope, is to keep this short. Because I did the unfortunate thing of clicking a link and hearing some things. And while I appreciate what the other person had to say, I am still truly baffled at what I was hearing. So let me say good morning to you all, and then we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Hey, Lori, F. Hugh, Nina, it's been a while, Sherry, that dude, rumor has it, Regina, what the croc is becoming a grandmother today. If we could put some prayers in the chat for safe delivery for both mom and baby. That would be amazing. Hey, Gary, Wake and Bake, Lazy Wolf, Moo Brews, Lady Tiger, Tattoos, K Loves Coffee, B Fam, Caroline, Lisa, Time Traveler, Grammy, Colleen, Unsupervised. You know what really impresses me? Besides all of you beautiful people, and I'm not even like being sarcastic here, the fact that I can set a stream 5 minutes ago and you all show up day in, day out. So much appreciated. Thank you so much for always being here, for being literally the reason I am still here. The amount of support you have all shown me. I honestly, it's more than words can put in. So I truly appreciate each and every one of you. We had some dry snitching taking place last night. Dry snitching is always my favorite. Oh, thank you, Mama 3. Hey, T-Berry, Coffee Addict, Facts and Truth Only, SS, Sarah, Stassi, Unsupervised, Colleen, Danny, Amy. I know I missed a lot of you because I stopped going a little tangent. YouTubist, Lindsay, Charmin Jenna, Poppy the Good Troll. Oh, Ronna, the sweet Christian lady called you a bitch. Oh, hey, Freeside, Candy B, Miss Always Right. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Shorty. London Girl, Rubber, Trish, Angela, Miss in my opinion, Ghoulie, Shauna, Sasha. Yeah, I haven't really kept the schedule lately. Hey, Alabama. I appreciate that one shot. I try to be. Hey, Jason, Megan, Cat's Hodge. I love doing hodgepodge. Modge Podge it's called. Hey, Janine. Caroline, good morning to you. Jonathan and Up to Good. Jackie. Oh, I'll tell you, what a day, what a night. Hey, Lilith, Venus, got the memo. Sherry Rollins, what's going on, Granny and everybody? Not much, not much. Not much, I'll tell you. Not truly much. Hey, Crazy Chicken Lady. Oh, you guys weren't popular? Thank you, Janice. That really means a lot to me. You know, I should focus more on all of that instead of this stupid shit. And I do sometimes. Isn't it the way you... Now, don't tell me that's not how you say it, all right? Me saying something wrong, that is impossible, Shauna. Don't play with me. Hey, Pristine. Happy Beach. Lip locked. Good to see you. I made comments, question BJ's last night. Was deleted but not answered. Oh, how sweet. That's so sweet of them. Beer Can Island came out of the bushes. That was great live last night. Mark me safe in Manatee County, Florida. You have my support. And it was your birthday, am I correct? Happy birthday to you. Rose of Sharon, Skip, Turning Leaves, Savannah, Emperor Burns. Hey, Combat, I hope you get everything delivered. I hate how much they make you all work. I hope many people leave you tips and all the good things. And stay safe on the road today. Hey, Jude. So, do I see my favorite bee in here? Hey, Tia, Triggermint, Mrs. M, Listen, this is why we got them hating. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. 5 minutes ago, I said, should I go live? And I thought, you know what? Yeah, I will. Accountability by whom? What do you mean, Cricket? I feel like you have something to say. Do you want to get it off your chest and take a link? We can talk. Welcome the conversation. Hey, Tinkerbug. Thank you for becoming a member, Beer Cane Island. Oh, Amy, stop that. Stop that right now. But yeah, so I made the unfortunate, you know, sitting here doing my thing, finishing a little last minute cleanups around the house and all the, all the fun, non-fun shit. And I looked at my text and I saw somebody sent me a link and I clicked it. And let me tell you, this is why I don't click it. Thank you for becoming a member unsupervised. Did I just see? I saw you, but now I lost you. Where'd you go? Poetic Justice, good morning to you. Literally Davis fam. Kimberly Jerome, good morning. Oh, Money Moves. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. So last year I did a stream on Christmas Day where I kind of just left, I had music playing and we had like the relaxing fireplace, and I just left the chat running. For those who may be alone on Christmas, I popped in a few times when I could, in between pretending to like half my family type of shit, you know what I mean? So I pop in between, but I do that in case there are or is anybody who is alone on Christmas. And they can, hopefully you can find comfort within each other in the chat box. So I will do that again this year. Again, I don't speak very much throughout it. I try when I can escape my crazy aunt type of thing, but we'll try it. Yeah, wide awake over here, Caroline. We are wide awake. And the only time I think anybody else is wide awake is when they're speaking on me, quite frankly. But let me pull this up. I got 30 seconds into this shit and I lost my shit. I'm not going to lie. The amount of half truths, switched, scenarios, it literally aggravates the living shit out of me because it's not the way it happens. And I know people seem to think that the public opinion of YouTube matters, and it does to an extent. Like, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate those of you who are supporting me and believing in me and trusting in me. I appreciate those of you who have allowed me room to not only grow online, but off. I appreciate all of it. And there are some people that will always try to tie you back into the behaviors of your past that are the same ones they exhibit in current time. And luckily for me, there are many people who were around my channel in the beginning, in the middle, into current times. And whether they supported me or not, there are people that are going to speak the truth. I can't listen to those people lie and talk shit about you, make shit up that you attack them. Right. It's so tiresome. Cancel Chris till next month. Broke car down 14. Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry. Hey, J Fox. Man, that sucks. Mystic Butterfly. So over here, I this is the link that I clicked, and you guys usually know better than to send me this shit, but here I was.
What we shouldn't do is sit here and make blatant false accusations against another person.
What we shouldn't do is make blatant false accusations against another person? Like, I don't know, interfering in the investigation of a missing child? Oh! I mean, are we serious? Right? And this is why I don't listen to this shit. It's why. Because I will stop every 2 seconds and say, is this fucking for real? And excuse my language, I've been working on it. I used to curse a lot more. I'm starting to calm down a little bit because that is the growth within myself. But what more of a blatant accusation can you put on somebody? Please, somebody tell me that. I mean, again, the simple fact that somebody went to the courts to seek out protection against me, but talks about me nearly daily, should tell you all who is grossly consumed with who. She knows she'll never convince the courts. So she's trying to convince all of you, and she does so with out of context clips, partial conversations, and half truths. Okay? Half truths.
Because you don't know who's listening.
Oh, fuck
you don't know who you're amping up. This is exactly what I meant and to these people saying that I took part in this filing because I have a vengeance against her. Let me tell you something. The vengeance and their vendetta, we are way beyond that.
Because you took it beyond that. Listen. All right. I'm just going to let the speaker speak.
As you did.
Past the vendetta. The problem I have
vendetta.
Is
the problem you have is you don't know when to shut the fuck up. The problem you have is you are grossly obsessed with me to the point where you've ruined your own filing. The problem you have is you focus too much on me instead of yourself. That is truly the problem she has. That's it. If she sat there and focused more so on herself, on her own channel, on her own personal growth, and her own private life, she would be better off. But she has grossly enrolled herself into mine because she is in a fake competition with me, and it drives her nuts.
The lies, y'all. If you don't see how dangerous this shit is, I don't know what to tell you. She's sitting there telling people that I'm going after her.
So, in your fucking tiny fucking pea brain.
Hey, Jem.
You're saying that Granny's the problem. She's the one creating all of this for herself. Listen to yourself, you dumb bitch.
And the woman speaking has not always liked me. But let me show you all. Because I asked if it was okay. And you know what? Jet, you can turn around. You can hand all my messages off to somebody else. You betrayed me in one of the worst ways. I'm still baffled that you would do it. But let me show you all where they keep saying I'm lying. Just another troll right there. Text message. This text message was received by me. I received it. Let me check the exact date for you. And let me tell you, I immediately. This was Saturday. This was Saturday at 5:10 p.m. Hey, Jess. It's me, Jamie. Very similar to what she sent to Brittany herself, right? Hope you've been well. I assume you'll hear sometime soon, but I want to let you know I did submit an affidavit for the injunction, specifically regarding the tip line, the blank addiction, and the speculation about blank. As that's when I truly walked away from you. But it's not. It's not when she walked away from me, because the last time I conversed with her was Sunday, November 17th. So she's lying, but that's okay. I was approached about a month ago, as well as many others. I was one of the 7 that did provide affidavits. The other 6 of you did nothing but show everybody your real life going people, because it will not take it anywhere. The affidavits will not go far. They won't. They won't matter. Because the tip line is Seth Rogers' tip line. They're responsible for what they said. The rumors about the addiction were well before me, and they didn't come from me. They originated and came out of the tip line's mouth, not me, which again is attached to Seth Rogers. And the speculation on faith was one time on a panel, I said one damn thing, but guess who led the lines for all of that? Guess who put down everything you needed to pick up? Just because I use my common sense when basing opinions, you can't sue me for it. You can try to, but it won't get very far, okay? It won't get very far. Matter of fact, let me make sure I send myself this as well. So, that's that. Then she goes on to say, these people are going to use your criminal history, your dad's, and Alexa's record as part of this. My daughter doesn't have a record. She doesn't have a record. She has a pending disorderly conduct. She's a teenager. It'll be dismissed next week. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me make sure I have my weeks correct. 2 weeks from now, it will be dismissed. But the fact that they think a criminal record will hold weight in a civil suit right there tells me she doesn't know what she did. And why? Why? What makes you think that my family has anything to do with this filing? So she goes on and says, they found some profile of my daughter's that she used to get blank work from as well. So am I lying about this message? Does this message look real to any of you? Put a 1 in the chat if this is the proof they claim I don't have. Please be careful who you tell what to and who you trust. Please know that Jay, Nonsense, QB, none of them are your friends. Oh, that's rich. Additionally, I've made peace with Brittany and provided her with a copy of that disgusting room in your Discord that was about her. Now, that disgusting room in my Discord that was about her was one, it was women gossiping, which, women do. There was no plans of going real life. There was speculation. There were screenshots and screen recordings of Brittany. If it was disgusting, it's because Brittany's behavior is disgusting. Okay. But I thought she had a right to know what was being said and done. I needed to get this off my chest before I leave for vacation till January. I know you feel emboldened now that barbecue, blah, blah, blah. So it goes on and on. This message I didn't fabricate this. Now, who the hell believes that somebody would go over to Brittany and say, hey, I've never been a moderator of Granny's, but I was in her inner circle and I left her. Y'all really believe Brittany wouldn't respond to that? You really believe that Brittany would just leave that message sitting? Come on. Come on with it. Please, let's be realistic here. So don't ever call me a liar again. All right.
You really think that you're somebody now that you have this little bitty following, and this tiny fucking specter of YouTube, this tiny little sliver of the pie. You really think you're somebody with your fucking simps. I mean,
Is that what she twisted it to, Pristine, that she was in the Discord? She always twists everything. She always twists everything. I don't know if it's because she doesn't listen herself or if she's like blatantly lying, ironically. But she always twists everything. Well, here's the great thing about that, Gary. I'm not even in that Discord. How about that for like I'm not even in that Discord. That Discord will hold no weight. There's nothing in it. It's friends talking amongst friends.
I'll call it for what it is with your fucking simps that all miraculously sound the same. So you want to talk about a Jesus miracle? Why do all your simps sound the same? That same old granny voice. Oh, whatever, dude.
Good morning, Lollipop.
For her daughter. She told people that I was the reason her son was stripped down to his boxers.
You are. You, Brittany Jackson, are the reason that my son's school was contacted. She won't tell you all the rest of that story, but I will. So one day I'm live. This is when Heels in the Air, rest her soul. We found out she passed away. I do a morning stream to share my condolences to those who were closest to her, to show my respects for the fact that she always respected me. And as I'm live, I get a phone call. The phone call is my child's school telling me that they received a phone call from a neighbor, a male, claiming that my child is being abused. I had to drop what I was doing, go up to the school, and they absolutely checked my son for any markings. But what I didn't know until after that moment was that the day before, Brittany went on her platform, said that her kid's school was called and that it had to be Granny and her moderators. Brittany did that. Why isn't that in her declarations? Why didn't you put down your declarations, Brittany, that your child's school was allegedly contacted? A lot of you remember that. So yes, I do blame her for that situation, because if she never put that on me, something I wasn't even aware of supposedly happening, it would have never happened to my son. which will be on my countersuit. So yes, I do blame you for that.
She had people asking where I lived. They were telling her that I needed my ass whooped.
Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof of that? Where is proof that anybody was asking me where Brittany lives and that she needed her ass whooped? I want proof. Show me the screenshots. Show me the screenshots. I would delete that. That would never be welcomed in my chat.
And I needed to be made to feel as scared as her son.
And I needed to be made to feel as scared as her son. No. Show proof of those comments. Never happened. Never be welcomed. Would never allow it.
See, that's where you're fucked up, because nowhere along the fucking path has Granny ever talked about people. Hey, all my people, all you people that are in my chat, that follow me, that watch me, that support me, she needs her ass beat, dog whistle. No, she never did that. She never does anything. Brittany, have you ever taken a step back and thought that there are people outside of people that want to support fucking Granny? Take fucking Granny out of the equation. There are people that have issues and beefs with you because of the shit you've done, that want to call you out because they see the bullshit that you're doing.
That would be over 140 plus ex-moderators. 140 plus ex-moderators. Okay? Brittany, did you claim before that people had you swatted? Didn't you blame another person for that? Who remembers there being so many groups of moderators that would leave at the same time that they labeled themselves? Season 1, Season 2, Season 3? Anybody? RC's good to see you. You remember that, Jem? Jem remembers that. That Michelle remembers that. Penny remembers that. Now all of a sudden, everything is Granny. Everything is Granny. You can try to convince your subs of that, but you're going to have a really hard time convincing anybody else. I don't understand how her subs don't see what she's up to. It's time to wake up and open your eyes and ears. She never shows receipts for any of it. Not only that, Parody Street, but the moment Brittany signed her initials next to her declarations is the moment she should have shut up about me. If anything she wrote on those papers were true, she would not continue to speak about me. For at least the past month, I have been almost daily conversations of Brittany's. And people can sit there and you can say, well, Granny, you say things about her. I didn't go to the courts. Not yet. Okay? I didn't say that Brittany and what she's doing to me is so bad that I have wounds that will never heal, that I can't sleep, that I am so worried for the safety of myself and my children. She did, but she hasn't shut up. Hey, Jankovo. That right there should tell you all who was grossly consumed with who. You're right, Hooker. You're right. And I don't get much farther than this in this clip, because I'll tell you, I'll fucking lose my shit. First off, if she was afraid of me, why is she playing my shit? Honestly, when was the last time I played anything at Britney's? When was the last time? I don't look at her channel. I have her blocked. I have her blocked, okay? Because I don't want to see her anywhere. She was a member of my channel. I had to publicly shame her for that membership as she begs for money, where she lied and claimed that I do all this stuff on members only, but with over 700 memberships, that's simply not true. She has her people stalking my members only. She's following me around chat to chat. She's following my channel as closely as she can. She thought last night she had a gotcha moment because I edited a post. I edited the post to say, why the fuck are you stalking my channel? Why? So she's terrified of me. Do any of you seek out the person you're terrified of? No, let me tell you, because I've been somebody who's literally been terrified. Such a strong emotion. Such a strong emotion. And I don't seek out the person I'm terrified. The sheer mention of their name gives me chills down my spine. I try to get them as far out of my mind as I can because they terrify me. Hey, Jay, thank you so much. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Peppermint Patty, thank you. If you guys haven't, please hit the thumbs up. Hey, nonsense. This really got me worked up. And that's the problem. What do you think I'm doing, Maria? What do you think I'm doing? What proof do you need, Maria? Say it. Proof of what, Maria? I just showed the message from an ex-supporter of mine that tells me. I showed the message from Nashville that is coming to my personal line that is threatening me. There is nothing I have never not shown. Show what? Show you that she put her signature on the most dramatic declarations I've ever seen, yet can't shut up? You want me to show you that?
Brittany, have you ever fucking thought about that? Yeah, honestly, you probably have. You probably know that. But it's easier and you get more of your simps to have your fucking hunchback by blaming one person. Just like the Christians do their made up devil. We take all the evil and fucking rotten hate in the world and we're going to blame it on one red person in the fucking below the rocks, below the magna,
The receipts just back the truth, right? And I promise you, all of this is in the right hands, is going to the right places. This person that messaged me, this ex-supporter of mine, I didn't tell anybody about my daughter and her employment. Not even the ladies I'm closest to. Oh, okay. Fair point, Maria. Hey, Megan, Christine, Yvette, can one of you link me to the proof that Brittany went live and said her children's school was contacted and that it was done by us? I would love to pull that up for you, Marie. Thank you for asking. There you go. Maybe just speaking it out. Or you want the proof about them stalking my daughter? They found some profile of Alexis that she used to get blank work from as well. Or how about the part where it says Alexis record is part of this? My daughter is in currently disorderly conduct charges, which will be dropped, which is nobody's business. But why the fuck are they looking into my family? What does my family have to do with this filing? And if my family has to do something with this filing, then does your partner's domestic violence have to do with it as well? Huh. My family has nothing to do with this. So there you go, Marie. But I'm getting it. Don't worry. It's coming, Marie. Sure did, Marie. I don't know if you realize, but when somebody makes accusations of a child being abused, there's a whole trail for it, Maria. There is. It's a whole trail for it. No, I'm sorry. I should have said domestic violence because it makes it sound like she's a victim. Assault against a female would be the word. But again, that had to do with the memorial. It was dismissed. Unlike them, I'm not going to lie and try to make somebody seem worse than they are. It was dismissed. But if people's relatives and their records have to. Who the fuck are you, Marie? Who the fuck are you to ask me to put up a police document on my screen pertaining to my family? No, you are being disrespectful because now you're crossing a line. You're not entitled to anything. You people that think you're entitled to this shit, you're not. You're not. You think I'm going to put up a document that pertains to my minor child to appease you? With utmost respect, I am not. I am not. Like after Seth's live the other night, BJ came out live, and the first thing she started was what the live truth had the other night, then started talking about Granny's watching. Right. Granny, granny, granny. Granny, granny, granny. A whole stream that could have been used to back up their speculation on these parents. Instead, I was her focal. Oh, Marie, sweetheart, here's the thing. I'm not in a courtroom, okay? I'm just not. I will not be putting up any documents pertaining to my minor children so that you can feel a little bit better. I won't. Now, at this point, you can decide you don't believe me. You can negate everything else I've shown and say that you don't believe me, and that is fine. I don't care. But I will not be exploiting, unlike people you're used to following, I will not be exploiting my minor children to win over the masses. I won't. You will see it all when I am successful, as I believe I will be, in my countersuit. That's where you will see the proof of everything.
Below everything with a horn and a double tail, and we're going to call him the devil, and we're going to blame all the world's evil on him. That's what you're doing to Granny. And it's...
Did anybody see in any of the exhibits Brittany's proof of anything? I mean, sure, you had a video clip of me saying, again, taken out of context, you want so badly to be a victim. Yeah, you have that. But you don't have the rest of it where I'm saying, leave me the fuck alone for the 50th, 100th time, right? You don't have that. Did anybody see any proof of like threats made by me to her? Did anybody see any proof of police reports? Of, I don't know, therapy? Anything of that? Proof of stupidity, jammers. See, because that was her filing right there, that's it. That was her declarations. Those were her exhibits, and they fell short, correct? Right? You know what I think's weird, Marie? I'll be quite honest. I think you're weird. So, you know. At what better time would it be to put your supposed proof, if not then? You don't get to do, and I'm assuming because she's never spoke to an actual attorney to find this out, but what you don't do is submit those documents, submit the exhibits, and then play with the courts like, wait, I got more. Because after this date, after I so respectfully asked the courts to intervene, I kept speaking about Granny, and Granny said X, Y, and Z thereafter. No, your time was up. That was it. Right there. See, what she's doing now is she's now baiting me. I am being baited. She wants to silence my freedom and my right to my freedom of speech, but continue speaking about me daily. No, I don't. Jem, enjoy your day. Has she been blocked? Bringing up children should be an automatic block. Yeah. Again, I will not be putting up personal documents pertaining to my minor children. I don't care. The way she's spoken to some of my supporters, or people that don't even support me, but supported her because they offered a little, they didn't follow the narrative that was set forth. Yeah.
It's clear as day. Because, Brittany, there are people out there that have issues with fucking you and see the bullshit you're doing, even if they don't fucking like Granny, but you're wrong. When I heard that Granny was talking about her fucking daughter is being stalked and harassed at a newfound job.
Right here. They found some profile of Alexis that she used to get blank work from as well. Right there. Tell me again I lied about that. Matter of fact, to say I lied about that, hold on.
Daughter is being stalked.
Does anybody else find it coincidental? Hey, Detective Turtlegum. Did anybody else find it coincidental that all of a sudden they thought it was okay and fair game to speak about my child? Making accusations that my daughter trolled as a missing child. And let me tell you, now that she played that stupid ass clip, matter of fact, let me send this to myself. I'll debunk that one right here, right now. Don't mind if I do. Whew, it's kind of hard having to debunk all this shit, but let me tell you. So she is claiming that my daughter trolled as a missing child because I said to my daughter, do you remember when I sent you the link to the missing kids your age? And we had laughed. Those are two separate situations. They are a year apart. A year apart, okay? Hold on. I'll pull it up. We need the proof, right? Give me just a second. Okay, didn't send it myself yet, but hold on. Those situations are a year apart. See, anybody who was here around that time frame knows that Natasha Cooper for a while there was doing a lot of drama. A lot of drama, and I was too. And it was kind of like Natasha versus me. This is my first year on YouTube. Okay, first year ever. And I'm looking for the original stream, but I have to go back to 2021. But during my first few months of ever having a channel, my daughter came in Natasha's chat and said, leave my mom alone. Okay? Hey, hot damn, welcome. I didn't believe it was my daughter. I thought somebody was trolling as my daughter. No, that did happen. I'll get to that. That did happen. Again, my first few months of YouTube. So she was sitting there saying, so I get this message like, hey, there's somebody with your daughter's name in Natasha's chat saying, like, leave my mom alone. And I'm thinking it's a troll. I'm thinking, no way. So my daughter actually comes into my chat at that point, and I'm like, mods, check that. And we have all of this, and so do you, Angela. You know this, Angela. But that's okay. You'll remain quiet because you hate me. That's okay. When I realized that that account is real, and it's really my daughter, it's really her photo, it's really her name, I yelled at her. I yelled at her. I told the mods to block her. I muted, and I went and I confronted her. A year later, Natasha's not doing drama so much. She's now doing like the different cases. And one of the things she was doing was segments on missing kids. I didn't send them the link to troll. Why would I tell them to go troll as missing kids? And where's proof that missing kids ever trolled the chat? It never happened. What I did was send them the link because she was doing an area where kids her age were missing. So I sent the link to them, and as they were watching it, Natasha goes old school style, her face right in the phone, and she's screaming about people not showing up for those streams. Rightfully so. My daughter writes me back like, oh my God. She was like, I'm not going to lie. They were like, what? Kind of like, in kid terms of what the F. It's not what she said, but that's how they felt. It was scary. It was creepy, okay? They were like, what is this? Two separate situations, a year apart. Nothing to do with trolling. This is, what's the date? November 9th. I don't hate Bond, so move along. If I didn't like you a month ago, I will never like you. I admit I have nowhere to go, but I'd rather be alone than hang out or accept trash people. Also, GW, I found video of you using your own child to troll NC. She even had her face on a fat pic avatar, and you just giggled proudly. Go delete it because you involved your own daughter, so stop with your ridiculousness, weirdo. Was my daughter trolling as a missing child? Or was she trolling using a fat pic avatar? Somebody riddle me that. Was it a missing child or a fat person avatar? And what is this about your daughter? Because Angela, you're aware. I said that was actually Alexis, and she didn't use NC's photo, she used her own. And then she came down to the basement to tell me we were all live and spoke about it. It was in December. There wasn't no fat body, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't tell Alexis to do it. I snapped on her. Well, what do you know? Can we go back? Did I go back to November 2022 and change this and make this up? Is that receipts for you? I found a video of you use your own child troll. She even had her face on a fat pic avatar. No. That was actually her photo. That was my daughter's photo. And I snapped on her. There wasn't no fat body, blah, blah, blah. I snapped on her. Now all of a sudden it was a missing kid? Where's the proof? Don't you think if somebody went into a chat room and trolled as missing children, there would be proof of that? I know, and I'm going to debunk it each time. Don't you think somebody somewhere would have more than a clip of me saying, do you remember when I sent you that link? Those are two separate situations, two separate events. And it never, you stated my daughter and her friend trolled as missing kids. I want proof of that. I want absolute proof that my daughter went into a chat box and posed herself as a missing child. What is with all these lies these people spew? Don't you think my top moderator / friend would have proof that my daughter trolled as a missing child? These are two separate things, two separate events. Let's get into the next one. Well, wait. We'll let her, unfortunately, finish on a little bit because I won't listen to much of this. Honestly, I can't.
And harassed at a newfound job she has, getting in trouble as a teenager, all the shit that we do as teens. Maybe not every teen, but majority.
Mm-hmm.
By your crew, Brittany, your little backing crew that you think you're so high and mighty with because you're in a legal lawsuit and you think you're fucking creme de la creme. They're stalking someone's child and you don't give a shit because it's not yours they're doing it to.
Can anybody tell me, a matter of fact, I'll show you differently. Did I ever say that those messages to my personal phone line came from Brittany? Did I ever say that those threatening messages to my personal line came from Brittany? No. Okay, right. Let me pull this up for myself. Let me go to community tab. Matter of fact, I straight up said it came from Nashville, right? Would we be correct in saying that? That I gave everybody exactly where it came from, which is Nashville. Let me let me get it. Do you see over here? Still getting messages from tip line also. I have a reason to believe it's connected. I never blamed Brittany for this. I will say Brittany's fake declarations against me and her fallacies and her speaking on me nightly is likely part of the reason I get these type of messages to my personal phone line as well as to my emails. But I never once said that it came from Brittany. I said the number goes back to Nashville. It goes back to an attorney, a tobacco company, as well as a Waffle House. Never blame that on her. She wants me to blame these things on her because she blames everything on me. Okay? She blames everything on me.
You're fucking gross. You are disgusting. And I hope somebody fucking streams you every time so that people can have somebody to watch your bullshit through without giving you a view, bitch. Dirty ass bitch.
I do wish
you've always been a greedy, mooching, money hungry, using religion as manipulation and everything else. You're fucking nasty.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to pull up a post.
Was. Do you know what she says now?
What?
Oh, that's ridiculous. A school would never strip a kid to their boxers. What are you talking about?
Where did I ever say that? Where did I ever say that's ridiculous? A school would never strip a child to their boxers. Where is proof I ever said that? Unlike you, Brittany, I will not involve my child and have him come on this microphone, but I can absolutely promise you they had my child lift his shorts all the way up to check his body for bruising. And again, it will be in my counter. Where did I ever say that's ridiculous? Please, somebody tell me. Where's the clip of that? It's not ridiculous. If they are checking a child for bruising, they are checking every aspect of their body. Okay? Don't you dare continue to use a situation you placed my child in because you lied to your audience, claiming that I contacted your kid's school and try to turn it around onto me. Don't you dare. And I love the fact that she leaves that out. I love the fact that she leaves out that she started this by claiming we contacted her kid's school. Yeah, I'd like proof of that too. No, you're not blocked, Jamie.
She pretends like she pretends like it never was said.
No, I don't. I've always
What kind of a human
it.
being could sit here and willingly lie on another person?
Can somebody can we get the proof? Can we get the proof that I ever said that was ridiculous? You're not blocked. Hey, Karen. Hey, RLA. Stop, you guys, shut up. Hey, Canvas.
And incite people to have pure hatred for another individual, and you know it's based off of false accusations. Yes, Yvette. Yes, they did say that, and so did she. Exactly, Yvette.
Yeah, I am saying it again. Brittany went live and stated that Granny and her moderators contacted her child's school, and the very next day, I found out, I get a phone call as I'm live that my child's school was contacted, and that's when I found out that Brittany claimed somebody called hers. Okay? Of course she does, because she's wide awake to spy on me. You have an absolute, you are consumed with me. You are consumed with me. It is concerning. Hey, Cheesy. Matter of fact, I'll show the messages of when do you mind if I show the messages of when I found out that her kid's school was contacted to prove what I'm saying? That situation doesn't change just because you want it to. Why isn't that in her declarations? If I called her child's school, why isn't that in her declarations? Here we go, right here. Why is this doing this? All right. Let me block out the information. Why don't you unprivate your stream about it, Brittany? Well, it's not. To be honest, it's not. A declaration is not an affidavit. They're two separate things. Brittany signed a declaration. A declaration is done under perjury. An affidavit is done with a notary. She is. She's always listening and stalking me. She always is. I wish people would stop going over and even entertaining her. I wish people would just unsubscribe. Someone fucking called blank school May 9th, 2024. Dude, if I didn't know these people at the school and the cops didn't know my situation, our lives could be ruined. If I didn't know these people at this school and the cops didn't know that I'm a YouTuber that has a lot of hate callers, our lives could be ruined. May 9th. My friend says back to me, give me just a moment, because for some reason when I'm clicking it's coming up something different. Here we go. Can I play this, Megan? Someone fucking called blank school asking for them, here it is, for them to check for bruising. I'm fucking shaking. What happened yesterday? Are you fucking kidding me? Here we go. Here we go. Here's the real messages. Hold on. I hope you don't mind, Megan, but I don't see you responding to me, so. Let me make sure these don't say Megan's full name. Nope. All right. Here we go. In case that one wasn't good enough for you, here's another. Someone fucking called school asking them to check for bruises. She leaves me a voice message. If she responds to me, I'll play her voice message. This is where I find out. I'm fucking shaking. I'm so fucking mad. What happened yesterday? Are you fucking kidding me? This is where I find out that Brittany went live yesterday, the day before this, saying we called her child's school. Let me mute it and listen to it. Make sure I can play it for you all. All right, I'm going to play a bit of it. Sorry, Megan.
People inciting hate.
Hold on. All right.
Jess, this is after yesterday. I'm fucking telling you. So yesterday, Brittany went live, right? And it was talking about people inciting hate. She kept bringing your fucking name up and nonsense and other fucking people, right? And then she said on that live that someone called her school or her kid's school. And because she went to the school, the nurse asked to talk to her. And then the counselor did. Someone called the school and said horrible things were happening in the home or whatever. And she wouldn't say like who it was, but she kept alluding to the hate that's being incited is why this is happening. So don't fucking tell me it's not a coincidence that this happens to you today, that they're trying to do the same fucking thing. This is fucking bullshit, Jess. This pisses me the fuck off.
I go on to say, fucking fuck her. I've never fucking fucked with her real life ever. She fucking did this. This is on her. Yup, I'm trying to download the live before she deletes it. Let me mute to see what I say. Here's my response. Mind you, I just got done being at my kid's school and watching him be violated. So excuse, what you're going to hear.
Brittany for 3 fucking years. Never touched her real life. I don't even talk about the fucking bitch. This is because of them. This is because of the constant hate that you're doing.
That was my response. Okay? My son doesn't deserve this. I don't even fucking speak on Brittany. She goes, either of you do. I know, but she keeps saying it, and that's why I was going to go live. I got my computer set up. I said, no one we've ever fucking argued with has ever had their real fucking life impacted, ever. She's a fat fucking lying cunt. I'm just being honest. This is what I said. Don't tell me I made up that situation. Don't you dare fucking tell me I lied about you putting that on me. And I have never said that they wouldn't strip a kid down to their boxers, because they did. Okay, they did. I found out after my kid's school was contacted that she claims her kid's school was contacted the day before, and she put it on me. That is the timeline. You see it in those messages that I was unaware she made that claim. I was baffled. I said, what happened yesterday?
We've got the proof, you guys. Everything that I've said, I have proof of.
And show it.
Everything that I say about her, I have proof. Ask her if
How come every time I do one of these streams, I back it up with proof? Every time she speaks on me, she says she has the proof, but she doesn't show it. Why is that?
she's got the same. Sick.
It is sick. So who's inviting and instructing people to destroy people's lives?
Listen to that. Listen to that.
I mean, they literally said the other day, and I'm still... Brittany, you put in a declaration that I'm the reason a missing 15-year-old child hasn't been found. Does it get any more real life than what she has done? Is she unaware of what she has done? Does she understand the gravity of what she has done? When you're going live every single day and you're fucking saying that I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I don't even speak to you.
Look at this. AT, the novel writer. This is her mod.
Fucking right,
Not
my
the person
mod,
from
bitch.
2 years ago. Think of the person with the letter B who your daughter just found stalking her TikTok less than a year ago. The
Yep.
person is a BJ's mod.
They are. They are. Your mod was caught stalking my daughter's TikTok. She was.
And that is fucked up. And we know.
Matter of fact, do we need to pull that up? Want me to pull that up now? Proof of that too? Let's do it. Let's do it. Give me just a second. I got your proof on that. See, as we go through this, I'm going to show proof of everything. Bear with me. I'm sorry. But we're going to get this out their way. No, of course she doesn't have proof of anything. She just fabricates shit. Of course, this has to be messing up now, but it worked a minute ago. It just takes a second. I don't know why it's doing this. The person's name... I didn't even know she was a moderator of hers. Breezy. The person's name was Breezy. And my daughter comes to me and says, Mom, do you know this person? They're on my TikTok. Can one of you that I sent that to just send it back to me so I can prove it? Thank you, Air Force vet, so much. My cousin, husband, ex-wife was made and called the school and told them that we were making essay movies of their little kids. Pam, I'm so sorry. That's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. Yes. Yes, Hooker. Yes. Now listen, and Breezy's defense, she later came back and said that my daughter came up as recommended. I don't know how she would unless people she is associated with and friends with on TikTok are looking up my daughter, because I don't do TikTok. At that time, I didn't even have a TikTok. So for my daughter to come up as a recommended would mean that people that she has as friends on TikTok are also on my daughter's TikTok, right? That's the only way that would work. Yeah, 3 years. Well, 3 years. Thank you,
No, that you have done that, Brittany. We know you've done that. We've seen it done since day one. Since Granny got your panties in a wad when you were white knighting for Melissa Jade, before Melissa had to be like, hey, you gotta go. Like, you just
Boom.
whatever, well wishes, but you gotta go.
Boom. And this is from somebody who admits themselves that they have not always been so much a fan of mine. Right. So does this show that Brittany's scared of me? Right. Does that show that? Does that show that Brittany is so afraid of me that she needs the courts to intercept? All right, hold on. I think it's loaded now. No. When you put in your declarations that you are terrified of somebody, that your kids are terrified, you don't know if you're safe any longer, and la-di-da-di-da, and then you continue on about me almost nightly, almost daily, at some point you have to acknowledge that she misused the court process, again, for a personal vendetta that has her obsessed with me. I don't care if anybody agrees or not. That is my conclusion on it. Many people have been here to watch this all transpire and has seen this unfold from day one. They have witnessed this. Of course, fucking Messenger has to be messing up. Come on. See, I don't hold on to things because I didn't think I'd be going to court one day over this stupid, petty YouTube shit. But I did send it to others that, why isn't the search engine working? Hey, Wonderlustin. No, it's not free.
From day one, you were sending around messages being like, we can't get Granny to 1,000. Don't let that bitch get to 1,000 subs.
Facts.
Demonetized.
Facts.
You're dirty. You've been dirty. And there are people that see it. So just know that. There are those of us who have been here since shit. Just as long, if not the same amount of time as you have. And you may have some of those. Anytime any of them motherfuckers pop up in your chat, you're the first to be like, oh, X, Y, and Z was here. Ask them. Well, no shit, they're going to have your back. That's why they're in your chat, Brittany.
Right.
But there are a lot of people that have been there too that have seen the bullshit you've done. You fat-faced cow.
July 24th. YouTube's just, Messenger's just being weird. When I search engine, it's not coming up. Can you forward it back to me or something, Megan? I don't know why when I'm trying to search by words, it's not coming up. Hey, in my opinion, it's clue season. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this, because I'm going to bang it all out while we're here. But what you're not going to do is claim that I'm lying about it. That's not going to happen. I did, Striker. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I muted. My moderator, What the Croc, just sent me a beautiful picture of her brand new grandson. He is healthy, gorgeous. Congratulations, What the Croc. What a beautiful Christmas present to have. Hey, Christy. She did. She did, Candily. She did. I don't even feel like going through the rest of this bitch's lies. What I should do is just have it all prepared. There are more important things, honestly. Thank you, Sarasaurus Rex. Your first year. That's amazing. Thank you. Because for whatever reason, I can't get this. I can't. Let me check my email. If I send it to myself, because Megan's saying I showed it. True Serum. And you're saying it was in July, Megan? All right. July 24th. Here it is. I wish I could block out her photo or something, so I'm not really trying to. I'll zoom in and I'll block her photo this way. Here we go. This was from my daughter, profile views, and right there you see the name. I blocked her image, but right there you see the name. Right? Profile views. This is from my daughter, sent to me to show me who's viewing her profile. Now, again, this person did go through third parties to say that it was recommended to her. But nonetheless, it happens. Don't call me a liar. It happens. So when AT wrote that in chat, she wasn't lying. This is your moderator. This is my daughter's TikTok. And she absolutely was looking at my daughter's shit. End of. Her chat gets us started. They're all troublemakers, right? But she's the one that wants to convince you all that she's true crime, y'all. She's true crime. Yeah, I would say that's proof. Put a 1 in the chat if that's proof that somebody was stalking my child's TikTok. Or looking. Let's not call it stalking, because I don't know what her intents were. I do know my daughter was a minor at the time. I know that. At some point, you're going to have to stop calling myself and my supporters liars. Unlike you, my moderators have been with me for damn near 3 fucking years. So they've watched this all transpire. I've literally shown proof that we went all the way back to before I even had a channel, my second day of streaming, to show that you were on me. I have proof that you were in private lying about me and telling people not to help me get to 1,000. And luckily, amazingly, we have right here somebody who doesn't even like me. Because believe me, Pink is somebody who has cursed me out many a times. But she knows. And a lot of people know. Right now, you are hate bonding with a lot of people who get obsessively stuck on somebody, people that have gone at you themselves. You will continue to promote their channels to hate bond over me. And I guarantee you, within 6 months, they are back to trashing you to your own audience. I'm not the one that's lost 140 moderators. Okay? 140 moderators.
Not the person from 2 years ago. Think of the person with the letter B, who your daughter just found stalking her TikTok less than a year ago. The person is a BJ's mod. What?
Huh? What? You don't say. Huh? Once again, Brittany, you should really know what you're talking about before you call people liars.
What is she talking about?
Oh, there it is. Hope that helped you, Toots.
It's this shit right here. No, I'm not stalking her. Who's stalking her?
Why doesn't I'm angry?
Your
They said that my
moderator,
daughter,
your
my
friend.
daughter, which would have been at the age of 14 or 15
Listen
at
to
the time,
this. Listen.
trolled another creator
We're
along with my
listening.
daughter and her friend as missing children.
What?
How fucking dare you? Yeah. Claiming that my daughter and her friend went into the chat.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Brittany.
I don't remember anything about that, so I'm not going to speak on it. Someone going in Natasha's chat trolling as a missing child. I don't know anything.
Does this person here, where this happened 2 years ago, damn near 3, does she say that my daughter trolled as a missing child? That's defamatory against my daughter. That's defamation. This person claims that my daughter trolled as a fat pic avatar, which I think is gross. You were calling my daughter fat. Very gross to call my daughter fat when it was her baby face, but that's okay. Booberry, thank you so much. Another OG who's been here since day one. Wishing all of you melon felons a very blessed Merry Christmas. I adore the community we have here. Just stay strong. We're all here for you. Thank you. Again, I'm looking for the regular stream as well. The original stream where I said what I said, so we can play the before and after, not 30 seconds. Give me 2 minutes of the conversation and you'll hear the truth of it. See, I can take anything and break it down into 30 seconds and make it appear how I want it to appear, but the before and the after matter. Also, they were a year apart. Those situations were a year apart. Oh, and you'll see in that message, this person, these people, they used to care about the truth. That was actually Alexis, and she didn't use NC's photo, she used her own. And then she came down to the basement to tell me we were all live and spoke about it. It was in December. There wasn't no fat body, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't tell Alexis to do it. I snapped on her. Again, you're trying to combine two situations to incite hate against my child and justify the fact that your newfound friend had a moment of, I don't know, what would we say? She had a moment of conscience and admitted to me that you all are keeping tabs on my minor child. Right there. Keep calling me a liar. Why don't you denounce the behavior? If you're not part of it, denounce it. Oh, Sasha, thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you. Lex, is that you? You have a moment? Can you come over here? You have a moment now, or you need a moment? I was about to use that. Okay. Well, when you're done, if you wouldn't mind. I'll let her speak for herself.
About that. If Granny's daughter and her friend did do that, teenagers are assholes. Teenagers make bad decisions. That's why they're teenagers. They're not adults yet.
My daughter, first off, it wasn't my daughter and her friend. It was my daughter and my niece. Let me go grab my old phone. Give me just a, do you guys mind? I'm going to go grab my old phone so I can get the messages out of there and show you all directly what it was. Give me just a moment. I promise I will be right back. Let me leave you all with a nice little fire pit. All right. Now that I muted the mic, I'm not even going to ask my daughter because it just dawned on me people are going to say I muted the mic so I could coach her. But really, I'd muted the mic to grab my old cell phone because, as you all know, messages, sometimes they don't all come over to a new device. So in my old phone from around that time period, there should be the messages of where I send this link that had to do with missing children. It was to open their eyes that things can happen to them. But during it, I didn't realize Natasha would go nuts and start screaming about people not showing up to her streams about missing children and that she only got $20 in donations. At that point, the kids wrote me back like, what the heck is this? And they were more scared by the person delivering the missing kids than they were the idea of the missing kids. That's the damn truth. It's two separate situations. I don't know what you prove otherwise, though. You laid the foundation to make this accusation, so now you prove otherwise and show me. You mean to tell me if missing kid profiles showed up in a stream of a supposed missing children that people want to take screenshots? Honestly, people want to take screenshots? What the fuck? Now I factory reset my devices, keep them clear of bullshit? What does she think this is? This is YouTube. Is that bitch okay? Well, never mind now, because I can't even answer you because I muted my mic. But can you go? No, but I did for a minute to grab this old phone. Can you go give this to him and ask him to put the code off of it? They're trying to say years ago that when I first started having a YouTube and I was going at Natasha. Do you remember that night that you went into Natasha's chat and said something and then you came into my chat? Oh, because you would have been a teenager. So it's okay if you don't remember. It would have been years ago. They're trying to claim, do you remember when I sent you a link to a person that was doing missing children around your ages? I sent it to you and Autumn. Yeah. They're claiming that you took that link as well as Autumn and that you both went into that chat and used the missing children's photos and pretended to be those missing kids.
I don't even have that kind of time on my hands to be trolling like as other people.
And who would do that?
That's weird.
Now, do you remember at that time when you were watching that stream, do you remember Natasha?
Yeah, I remember Natasha.
Okay, because who could forget? Do you remember that during this stream, which I'm going to pull up the messages, so everything we're going to say is going to be backed up by my own messages to them at the time. Do you remember that she started freaking out that she was only getting a $20 donation and not enough people showed up? You don't remember, that's fine. But that's what really, you guys were like, what the heck? Like, again, they were like 14, 15 years old.
I was going to say that was like...
Right, this type of stuff doesn't sit with them. They don't obsess over this stuff. They're not involved in it. Anyway, listen to this. This woman said, I factory reset my devices to keep them clean. She thinks we're with the FBI or something. She really takes this shit too serious. I'm factory reset.
You're gonna lose the rest of your actual life.
Right? Worry about you too. Like I'm gonna erase all the memories of you guys, all my messages, all the photos. Because God forbid the FBI gets upset with Brittany J crying. I gotta make sure I'm clear of all what. Well, what type of illegal activity am I having? Oh, bless it. Anyway, there you go. I hope that was enough for all of you. I don't know what else to tell you. The idea that I factory reset my devices, keep them clear of my bullshit of YouTube. Get a grip, lady. This is YouTube. This is ridiculous. She's going to go get the phone unlocked so I can open it. The feds. I mean, seriously. Did she really say that? Because that's a shame if she did. Right. What had happened was I had gotten a new phone. It didn't have screen record, and I couldn't get my Cash App on it. So I got rid of that phone and went back to an old phone. That's not hiding nothing. I still have all the devices. Oh, damn it. I have no idea what this would be.
Yeah, it's a pattern.
Yeah, all right. I'll have to wait, because there's a lock on this, because I gave this phone to my child at one time to use, like, the internet off of. So I can't get in it. Yeah, factory reset. I hope it was, Danny Lynn. I mean, we're talking about kids, man. I would have to be a really demented person to ask my child and my niece to troll as missing kids. Honestly. Why would I ever? Oh, and by the way, you don't have to worry about my kids because you don't hear them in the background. That's because my daughter, signals to me and we mute. We mute it. Leave my kids alone. Period. End of. Stop lying on them. Stop bringing them into it.
Can I say something?
Sure. If it's polite.
It is.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
I don't want them to watch me.
You don't want them to hear. There's no camera on.
Please stop coming on my TikTok. It's really weird. You're way older than me. It's creepy. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to have a private account because
Right. Why should you have to hide?
I don't know you people. Stop watching me.
Yeah, she has nothing to do with what I do here. Leave the kid alone. She's not responsible for anything I do on the internet. She's no idea of it. She's not involved in it. She thinks you're all crazy. It was a good life lesson for her to watch out for weirdos on the internet. But aside from that, this is odd. Amy made a really good point up there. If that had happened, there would be clips all over. I agree that, Michelle. It would be rampant. The amount of anti-granny channels that are out there, you mean to tell me that if any accounts ever went in a chat as missing children, first off, they'd be screen recorded. What she's trying to use is two separate situations to validate her own. Leave the kid alone, man. Just nothing to do with this. Oh, you're right, Loxy. She knows that. One day my daughter had an account follower that said Granny's watching exposed. Literally pushed the follow button on my child. It's weird. Normally, I don't even let my daughter be heard on here, okay? Because there's some freak out there, like the one that said, matter of fact, didn't you just come in my chat? Didn't Jack just come in my chat last week? And say she has to come out of the bushes to say this, but Kim's the one that said, wait until my daughter turns 18, she's fair game. That she's waiting for my daughter to turn 18 so she's fair game. Anybody? Right, Trish. Make that make sense, please. Leave the fucking kid alone. I'm telling you, it's because she's a beautiful, sweet girl, and it drives these old hags rampant. I don't even know these people's kids' names. Unfortunately, I know the two younger ones of hers because she says them all the time. But I don't know these creators' kids' names. I don't know how many, well, I know how many she has. I normally don't know these things. I don't want to know these things. I don't need to know these things. They're not my business. The fact that these people know everything about my children is scary. And it's very, very violating for her. Now, as for the comment about asking people to join my child's channel, that did happen. I was new to YouTube. It was like not even months in of having my own channel. And at the time, God, my son, so he would have been like 8 or 9, right? 9 years old. And my son's the one that helped me even know how to set a channel because I didn't know this shit. And he at the time did a little gaming channel. Nothing on there. He doesn't show his face. He doesn't, all he does is make little silly videos, which give me a second. I will show you all. Hey, now I'm telling you, his channel, I am subscribed. I stay on top of it. It should come up, but hold on. Stop that, Nelly. Channel. Let me do it this way. All right. Anyway, while I'm looking for it, I didn't realize how gross YouTube could be. I didn't realize how nasty and predatory and cruel people could be. And it never crossed my mind at any given point that anybody would take a child's channel and try to harm them through it. And I'm going to find it. So I did. I was foolish. I asked my subscribers to make my son happy. All he wanted to do was have a channel, and I asked them if they didn't mind, would they please just give him a little thumbs up, just give a little subscribe to him. It was stupid of me. I shouldn't have done it. I wanted to make my son happy. I didn't think I'd be putting him in harm's way. I didn't think, I wasn't thinking that. I didn't realize how real life some of these people go, how far they go, how gross they are, how low they'll seep. I didn't think of it. Now, again, all he did was show clips of himself, not his face. I don't even think he speaks in many of them. He just shows gameplay. That's it. I thought it was harmless. I didn't think any harm could come from it. So I shared out his channel. He was so thrilled too. I mean, he was a very happy little guy for it. And it is a shame that people made that such a negative thing and had to take that from him. But I'll tell you what I don't do. I don't have my kids on here saying, subscribe to my mom. I don't have my kids on here being asked questions if they're being harmed, because I would never even want to taint my son, particularly because he's younger, his mind to those type of things. What happened at his school was out of our control. It fucked with him, okay? But when bringing that up, Brittany, you should at least bring up that the day before you put that accusation on me and my mods and saying that's the type of low down, dirty stuff we do. And that's what led to that phone call. And you know it, and I know it. And when I heard it happen to you, despite everything, I said it was wrong. Despite believing that you having people believe it had to do with me, I still said it was wrong. I can't even find. Oh, hold on. I know how to do it. I mean, it's a harmless little... It's a stupid little gaming channel of a little kid. It's nothing. You don't see his face. Here's where I took him to his first concert. He loved it. It's nothing. It's nothing. You don't see his face. You don't hear him talking. It's nothing. It's an innocent little boy living out his dreams like many kids. What it isn't, though, and what will never be, is him twerking. Okay? That's what it will never be. So I find it really weird that you are going to point out that my child has a gaming channel when you gave your children access to yours. Okay? We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Now on to something else. We got somebody self-snitching. Well, two people self-snitching. One grew a conscience. After 3 years of friendship, I hope they would. Yeah, that's what you'll see over there. You'll see my son living his best life. Right. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing to be shameful of. He's a good fucking kid, man. He's a very good kid. They're stupid little They're not stupid. They're very talented. But they're harmless. 2 years ago, he put on gameplay. That's all. Daco. He loves this guy Daco. His latest thing is this boxing game he plays. Let me tell you about this concert too. Give me a second. This concert, this is a guy named Connor Price. Connor Price is a family-friendly rapper who was primarily through YouTube. He was doing a little local event. The event was in one building. There was tons and tons of people. I literally dragged my son through the crowds to get him as close to that stage as we could. It was his first ever concert. He was beyond thrilled. It was a great time. It was a great time. But that's all you're going to see on here. Look how close we were. I fought for that. You know why? Because I love my kids and I do things offline with them. Leave my kids alone. Leave my kids alone. It's weird. It's weird that you're even sitting there and pointing out that my child has a channel, Brittany. It's weird. While you were inciting hate, claiming that I'm inciting hate towards you, you're going to bring attention to a child having a channel. We know you watch. I hope you see this. I am a daughter, not my daughter, to be clear. And I am so glad you're not my mom. You're not a good role model, in her opinion. But that's not my child. Okay, let's make that clear. Right, why? Why, Pristine? Why? Why are you pointing out that my child has a channel? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log on to my child's channel because I have control of it. I'm going to moderate some of my ladies that I trust. And we're going to keep an eye out to make sure my child, my son, my minor child doesn't receive the same type of threats and intimidation that my daughter does. Okay? Sickening. I saw last night that Nick tried saying that I was lying about a message. Here's Nick. He even put his little, he confirmed it, which was silly of you, Nick. If you're going to fill out legal documents, you should at least be smart enough to not dry snitch on yourself. And they know it. Brittany's own moderator, it used to be mine, put together a video praising me as a mother at one point. Right. This is Brittany's way of bringing my children into things and feeling justified. That's her way of doing it. I did. I shut my channel down over the summer. And reevaluate everything because over the summer, not the summer that just passed, the one before, Brittany joined with a bunch of girls, some who have came back and apologized to me. And every time I went live, they would restream me. And there would be a stream from the morning to the night about me. And in every single one, you would find Brittany. Tell me I'm lying about that, Brittany. Because a lot of those women came back and they handed me what I need for the courts. But if I have to show it on YouTube, I will. I will. Anybody notice? I don't care, Pen. I don't need to look at her shit. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to look at her shit. What I do know is that the most views you get is off my name, Brittany. You're not true crime. You're not. You're not true crime. What you're doing is committing true crimes. But you're not a true crime. If you were, how come the views come in off my name? That's what you're really upset about, isn't it? I outshine you in every aspect. So anyway, here goes Nick. Matter of fact, she called my friend Megan a liar. Hold on, let's show that. I love this. This is how easy it is to dispel. Hey, dummy. Challenge accepted. Check out the comment you made the other day. You end your lives at 3, 4, sometimes even 5 a.m. and run over to another pathological liar's channel instead of going to bed like you should. This is just a start, but we'll make sure to collect the comments. Here's Brittany herself, who denied this. Who's the liar? Here she is. Replay. Every night I come straight over to your stream. How are you going to call somebody a liar? How are you going to call somebody a liar? It's right there. Put a 1 in the chat if you see right there that Brittany lied. Show proof that I end my stream and go over to other people's streams. Replay. Every night I come straight over here to your stream as soon as I end mine. Oh, you should be embarrassed. You should absolutely be embarrassed. Crime Brulee, 24 months. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Now, even this right here, these time milestones from 1 month, 6 months, a year. But the fact that I have people that have been with me for 2+ years, for a year plus. How many do you have, Brittany? Because it speaks volumes to somebody's character. Oh, I'm not. That's why I said I got all the proof I need in my countersuit. All of it. Thank you, Sammy. BJ is legit Betty Jr. Yeah, lies over stupid shit, then gets caught and then denies it. For example, she said, I wasn't snoring. It was her child. I was going to say, because you say it. There we go. 28 months, the wandering sub. She never wandered far away from us. Thank you, wandering sub. She said, it wasn't me snoring, y'all. It was my child. But yet we heard the kid. So it wasn't. She has to say your name multiple times in one stream. She has no content without you. She was never true crime. She is speculation accusation channel, mostly a bash fest against victims. Fact. Where's all your Kylie Rodney videos, Brittany? You guys know what she did to Quinny? Quinny asked Brittany to open up about Quinny's tragedy with their child. Quinny took the time to send the email that was requested, spilled out their biggest harm. But we'll talk about that again, peekaboo, just for you. She never responded. So, peekaboo, we just covered all of this. She had a 30-second clip, peekaboo, of me saying to my daughter, do you remember when I sent you the link to the missing children? That's what she had. We just talked about it. I'm not allowed to. I'm waiting for this phone. As soon as I can get in here and pull up the messages, I will. Matter of fact, let me ask her if she has them. And then I'll show you the actual conversation I held with my kids in private that led to that. It had nothing to do with trolling. She's trying to combine two separate situations, and I'll prove it. Oh, thank you, Bob H. Give me just 1 second. Does your phone save like all? I know if I get this old phone, but if we can word search, because I remember it was like 3 years ago. Yeah, I want to give it to Jace. Damn it. Do you think Autumn does? Ask her if she can try, if she can word search for what. All right. Well, when she gets done, I guess. For when I sent the link to the missing kids video, I need to prove to them the context behind that. I'm not gonna have you lied on. And I expect all of you who believed her lie will be sending apologies when I prove it, right? I mean, surely that's what people that actually have integrity do. So, do you guys think I'm going to get an apology? Yeah, and what Quinny went through was despicable. BJ, save your pennies because this court case is going to wipe out. Well, No, but I will. Artist Creek, because I have no problem proving myself. They're not going to defame my daughter. They're not going to do it. It's a different one. I know that, Emily. This is the real peekaboo. It's just somebody with the same name. They're not trolling as you at all. But yeah, I'll show the context of the private conversation I held with my children at that time. And I'll disprove them. Because again, there were people, Ange, aka Voices, she was there at the time. LTF Alicia came up on panel. We spoke about this all over on Queen Bees. Quinny had a real life tragedy that they mentioned in short in Brittany's chat one time as a supporter of theirs. Brittany, in turn, asked Quinny to send them an email of what happened, to elaborate what happens. Quinny did. And she never even bothered to respond. Anyway, that's how easy it is to prove what a liar she is. Now let's look at the other one as self-snitched. You guys remember at the end of my stream the other day? Oh, I am absolutely cocky. My daughter's not a minor right now. She does have a disorderly conduct that will be dismissed. Yeah. You know why I'm cocky? Because I'm confident. If my confidence hurts your insecurity, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't have to sit here and go, oh, I'm such a, y'all, look, I'm such a victim. No. Because I am confident enough in what I'm saying. I'm confident enough in the truth that I will, without a doubt, be proven through the court of law, and then all of you will be eating crow. Okay? Brittany's child's also an adult. Does that mean they're fair game? That's around the time frame. Look at that. We got from around the time frame. People that are insecure always think your confidence always bothers them. Bridget, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. You know, when you're telling the truth, you have no reason but to be confident. Anyway, so Nick over there, Queen came up on the end of my panel and showed that Nick lied to her. But keep this between us, please, so I don't get roasted. But at night has no intent of adding you to the suit. It was to see if someone would react and sounds good. Now, Nick, being the intelligence agency he is, posted all of this on Twitter. Therefore, not only confirming without a doubt that it's actually him, but confirming without a doubt that they misuse the courts to play their little games. If anybody would like to come up, you're more than welcome to click this link. Even if you want to disagree with me, come on up. Let's talk about it. What does that tell you all? When he added and asked a court to give them a break from their filing so they could amend it to add more defendants. And yet, less than a week ago, he's admitting that they had no intent on following through with that. He posted it himself, T-Bell. I don't care. Don't call it. But this is he posted it. Jill, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's why I actually zoomed in to block his phone number. Because I don't want people calling it. I'm not the one that put it out there, but he sure did. Good morning, Lake Erie. I didn't, Mary. What did he say? Fact crimeology. I mean, listen, because we don't bash kids over here. We might dissect your parenting that you have for public display, but we don't bash children over here. We never would. Hi! You can turn off your camera if you don't want it on. Hey, Alabama Mama.
Hey, I cannot believe they are going after your child.
Mm-hmm.
This is just disgusting, and it's ridiculous, and it's harmful to the children that they're doing this to.
Yeah, my daughter shouldn't, and honestly, I didn't know what she was going to say. I told her don't say anything, but she shouldn't have to come up here and say, leave me alone. It shouldn't be happening.
Right. No, it shouldn't. She shouldn't have to. She's a kid. Like, this is your YouTube. This is not. This should never go real life. Like, the fact that they have a lawsuit against you, I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. And then to admit that they plan on using my family in that lawsuit, that's not how this works.
they have really screwed up, is what they've done. They're going to all end up spending a lot of money because they just didn't know when enough was enough. It's sickening. Like, I'm a mom. I have a teenage daughter, and I have two small 5 and 4 year olds, and I'm pregnant. And I
Oh,
could not.
congratulations.
Thank you. I could not imagine having my life ripped apart the way yours has been. And it's sad and it's disgusting and it's egotistic, is what it is. Their egos has got the best of them.
See, I completely agree with you, and here's why. Because the other day I was trying to figure out, like, why is she all of a sudden coming out and suddenly saying that my daughter and her friend trolled as missing kids? Like, where is this even coming from? I was baffled because it's the first I've ever heard that rumor because it never happens. And thankfully, even people back there knew that, that never happened. They supported Natasha at the time and they're like, no, this never happened. Or they supported me. But after receiving this message from somebody I considered a friend of mine that tells me straight up that they're looking into my daughter. Listen, I didn't even tell my moderators because my daughter just gained this employment. She's 18. She just turned 18 years old. She's trying to get on her feet. She's a great kid. She's a beautiful girl. And she's trying to do what she's supposed to do, which is be responsible, get a job, go to school. The fact that this person knew that my daughter used an app to get a job, she didn't make this up.
I agree.
Nobody else had any idea. She couldn't have made this up. The fact that even somebody just came in here and said, your daughter's facing disorderly conduct. So what? This is equivalent to jaywalking. Why do
That's
they
just,
know these things? Why are they looking into my child?
I agree. Like, that's petty. Like, that's crazy. You don't ever go after Brittany J's children ever. As
Never.
a matter of fact, I have saw you so many times in your minds delete anything about her and her children. The fact that she is standing, even if she's not doing it, she is still doing it. In my opinion, if she's standing beside someone that is, that's irrelevant if she's involved or not. These are her people, and she has sued you, so she is at fault. She needs to either get her people under control or either kick them to the curb. You can't sue somebody and then go after their fucking family like that. That's just crazy.
Thank
Your
you.
kid is off limits. I don't give a shit if she's 30. Her first job, and they think that they have a right to try to fucking go and get her fired because of some shit on YouTube. Like, that's that is beyond ridiculous.
And it's infuriating. And it's like now she has to try to explain this in the real world. Try to explain how my daughter now or I have to approach the person that employed her and tell them what is going on. It is nearly impossible to say, hey, because I'm a YouTuber and this woman feels so threatened by my content that she added in declarations in a lawsuit to involve me in with Dog the Bounty Hunter. How do you explain this to people? This is
I don't know.
insane.
I don't know how they're going to explain the fact that the lawyer that they've used to campaign against y'all didn't even know he was involved in the lawsuit. Like, do they
Let's
not
talk
realize
about
that they're
that.
going to go to jail?
Let's talk about that.
Like, that's against the law. You can't just, he could be disbarred. So he has no choice but to tell the truth. Like, there's messages from him. He can't just get on the stand and lie under oath. He's gonna have to tell that they lied on him. And Nick has already got fraud charges.
Yep.
He's gonna end up in prison for this. Like, it's not a joke, it's not a game. This is people's lives. You have no right having to defend yourself in this court, period. You've not done anything. You have never got on here and said that Seth was guilty.
Nope.
You've never bashed Seth. I've heard you say things that Seth has used against his own self. That's it. That's all. You played his own videos against him. That if you don't like
Do
it, don't
you
say it.
Which were
do you know
public.
what do you know what I find really, really interesting about the entire lawsuit is you have AKA Kathy Bowerstocks on Facebook saying that yes, Katie was 12 years old and Seth was 20 something whenever him and Katie got together. Okay. But all of these lawsuits are only against content creators that will not push their narrative or do speak out against the egregious comments that
Hmm.
Sebastian's own father has made against him.
Well, and that's the fact of the matter is this has nothing to do. I mean, the fact that Nick went into a chat and admitted, oh, I had you wrong, Dolly, as soon as he started bashing the Bower Sox and said, oh, I had you wrong, let's get along. All of a sudden, he's no longer, going to be sued. But when Dolly did the whole thing about the fake satellites, Nick was tweeting about suing them. So it just shows right there that they are only threatening lawsuits against people who won't push their narratives. And again, that is furthermore proven when you show Nick right here admitting, oh, we have no intent on suing you. That was just to get a reaction out of somebody. Who accepts that? Who is okay with this? You're going to fuck with people's livelihoods to see if you can get a reaction out of JLR, who I assume he's referring to as JLR.
And I don't get it, because there's something that I've always said: what someone does to the most of us, they will do to the least of us. Okay. Like, if they will do this, y'all got to really think about these people and what you're watching them do to Granny and to Barbecue Lady and other content creators. They will, I know you think you're probably real special because they are loading you up on that dopamine hit of you matter, being in their channel as a chatter and this, that, and the other. But let me explain this to you. You aren't special, and they will do this to you. I know. I used to be one of those people. Just
Yeah.
saying.
The moment that you stop agreeing with the things that they're doing to innocent people is the moment that you will be threw out and dropped on your head like Granny watching FBI. They are not your friends. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And Polly Pepper, I wouldn't care if it was Christmas Day itself. Okay. I will always take time to defend my child. Period.
And that's what we are supposed to do as parents. Like, how dare anybody question that? I don't give a shit if my kid is 80, and if I'm alive, that's my baby. That's how I feel. Like, that's irrelevant. We're going to protect our kids, and we should. That's what good parents do. And if you don't, then you're not a good mom. I'm sorry to tell you that. Good moms defend their kid even when they're wrong.
Weaponizing CPS or DHS against a child because you don't like their parent makes you not only irresponsible, but it makes you responsible for the trauma that child ensues because of your selfish, ridiculous behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like Brittany, saying, and she's saying I'm the reason that her child, but she's leaving out the part where she blames the day prior a alleged phone call on me. You are the reason. Mm-hmm. I just
That
played
is
a message just a
literally
little bit ago.
That is literally endangering a child's welfare. And I'm just saying,
Yeah.
look, it almost broke me a while ago because y'all don't understand. I've actually been in foster care. Okay. I know the system. And anyone that does that to a parent, shame on you. Anyone that does that to a child, shame on you. You are part of the problem in the world.
Yeah, because if people think that they don't take that DHR or CPS or child protect that they won't take a kid away from a good parent, you're crazy. That is absolutely not true. CPS will take families away from kids that are good mamas and good daddies. They do it every single day.
That's why this type of stuff shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't be trying to incite hate against somebody's children. It's ridiculous. And that it's not, it's different if I'm like, oh, oh, why should a child be awake at this time? That's not inciting anything. That's literally speaking on what you give us access to. Creating a whole story and implying that my daughter did something so gross that she trolled as a missing child. How dare you? It never happened.
That's
I don't
trying to
care what
incite hate on your child. That's what that is. I hate to say it, but she's
it is.
trying to incite hate against the kid.
It is. It is. And then for Brittany to say, oh, if I have to go to Pennsylvania, better believe I'm going to have an army with me. Well, you think you're going to intimidate me? You think you're going to have an army? You should have your army of plaintiffs with you, first off.
Is that supposed to be scary? That's like
Right. What does that
worrying
even
about the
mean?
people following the blind person.
Right. Like, what do you mean you're going to have an army? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
They're gonna
At
eat their
at
Wheaties, Granny. They're gonna eat their Wheaties.
she's trying to threaten me at the court appearance that we only have because of her. How dare you?
Yeah,
I
she's
have an
trying to
army.
bully you.
Right.
She's trying to bully you into silence and to keep and not like that's what this has all been about. It's because you've stood your ground and you've not allowed them to completely run over you. They thought that you would be a little puppet when this lawsuit came and you'd be quiet because you were scared. But you're not that bitch. That's not the way that you work, and they should have known that. I knew that from watching you. That was not going to happen.
Right. I mean, it's just
They're
a
dumb.
fact. It is,
And you
it
know
is
what the
dumb.
funniest? Do you know what, Granny? Listen, you really got nothing to worry about, because at the end of the day, not only is this going in countersuits to cost them an astronomical amount of money. Look, they're going to be grifting their subscribers for years to pay for this lawsuit. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Matter of
think
fact, I heard Nick say, do you want to go to you? Do you want to, every time you go live, you're going to make enough money to drive yourself that to and from court. That's what Nick said. I see Alabama if you want to turn it off. Um, and he's right. These people will, every time they go live, they will be clicking to likely pay back what they're going to owe. I mean, right here, look at this. I have thick skin, but it's a low blow when people call parole. I believe them. BHB wasn't one who said it. I don't trust anyone except the people I know and see at least once every few months, which is like 13 of us total, I guess. But keep this between us, please, so I don't get roasted. But at night has no intent of adding you to the suit. He's admitting that he is using the court systems to try to get
mhm,
reactions out of people.
yes. Yes. And if you really, I mean, if you really want to get into the legalities and the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't at all be completely surprised if there wasn't a real RICO investigation going on into these people associated. I just, when you look at it too, you've got literally a murderer and a parolee and a PR with no credentials whatsoever, except for, the family he screwed over before this case. And people that literally grift for a living and tell people stories without doing anything to even help families in any real way on YouTube. And
Right.
they have people that flock to this. They love the drama of it. But really what gets lost in it are the people's stories that they claim they're trying to sell,
Yep.
they're trying to tell, and really they're just selling it. And it's disgusting. But whenever
Yep.
they bring someone's kids into it, Granny, that is a line that all of us need to rise up against. Because look, if people are going to go after kids, that makes them predators, no matter which way anyone on here thinks about it. Calling DHS for a hate report against someone you don't like, whose children are not being abused, and putting that person in any way um, at endangerment of CPS involved in their children's life is a dangerous situation to put those kids in, and they are
I
guilty of
agree. But
predatory behavior.
they didn't call DHS. What they did is they called my child's school, claiming to be a neighbor, saying that they know my child is being abused, which led to him being searched for bruising and questioned. That's what they did do. But really quick, Irish Eyes is now saying that Nick is now denying these messages. Nick self-snitched by uploading this to Twitter, even stated he's going to show all of the messages, and now he's denying it? Too late. It's already been recorded. Not only was it recorded, but in case you wanted to really deny it, you even put your own little watermark on it. What do you mean? This wasn't you.
I'm
Just so,
dead.
I mean, how weird is that? To like even he should have left it where it was at, because at least when Queen showed it, he could have denied it. He could have said like that's not real, it wasn't me. But instead, he got so triggered by SF and Queen B that he literally went to Twitter and released his own messages with a watermark, therefore admitting and validating them. You're not the brightest bulb.
Well, whenever he went on his channel that one day and was like, Granny's watching. All you have to do is just call the lawyer and we will drop the lawsuit against you. Does he not realize that that right there is not going to look good on him? Like, no attorney's going to, those judges are going to realize what this bullshit is when they see that shit right there. They're going to be looking at him like, well, if she was such a big deal for a lawsuit that she went and had to file a lawsuit with all these 10, 11 plaintiffs, but all she has to do is call a lawyer and they'll drop it that she's not the problem, then why did you add her to it to begin with?
Right.
Because I think Nick the Hat realized that there were people out here hoping their names were added to this lawsuit to get involved with the countersuits. Okay,
Right.
because everyone named as a defendant in this lawsuit is fixing to get paid.
Absolutely. And listen, the reason he's stating that one of his employees wrote it is because we were saying, like, why is he saying at night? Like, you act like you run this company, but then you're saying, like, at night has no intent of adding you to the suit. No, we're not falling for it, Nick. You already admitted it was you. We got comments of you saying it was yours. We downloaded all of it. The shaggy defense never works. You said it. You admitted it. It's there. It's there. I can't believe that he would even try to say, like, oh, an employee wrote that. No, no, you admitted it was yours. You said, I'm going to show all the message. Matter of fact, the entire thing stated.
I
Man,
wonder if he's trying to backtrack now because of the fact that y'all found out that attorney, and he's trying to get it off of him. Like, they've lied and they've added an attorney that was, didn't even know, because that's fraud. So I'm wondering if he's trying to put it off onto somebody else because he knows that he's looking at jail time for shit like that.
I don't know. I honestly think that he just got so simply triggered that he went and made a stupid move. That he went and made a post admitting
Can y'all hear
that
me?
yes, sorry, that he's misusing the court systems. I think that's what he did. He just got so triggered he didn't realize he fucked up. I think
Well,
it
who
had, I
knows?
don't know. I mean, the fact of the matter is, yes, Bruce Castor was never aware of that filing, period, end of. He just simply wasn't aware of it, which is in itself, um, misconduct again. Like, what did you think you were? Did you think we were playing a game of checkers? Now you realize we're playing chess? You okay?
From a
He's
serious
using.
standpoint, I can't help but wonder if Nick is going to end up with jail time over all of this.
Well, I
He's
I
can
on
don't
a
tell
know.
you that
roll.
he is. I can tell you right now. I know for a fact that that's very, very illegal. Like, that is fraud. That's not just small things. That man could have his bar license took away from him for shit like this. So yes, he is taking it serious. I can guarantee you that, and so will the court.
Well, have they made a statement yet that Castor's not representing them in this filing? Has there been a public statement yet? Have they admitted this?
Well, Granny's
What if you
watching.
should?
Barbecue Lady said they've told her pretty much that in
Yeah,
messages.
no, I know that, but I'm wondering if just they themselves have publicly came out and said this.
Well, I hope that they don't because that's just good.
Oh, you're cutting out.
I think they do.
Alabama, you're cutting out. I'm gonna mute her for a second. She's cutting out really bad. Are you still there, Regina?
I'm here.
Okay, so it's not me. It was Alabama. Okay.
Yeah. I think she's losing signal.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, who could read this and not say, wait a minute? Queen is definitely being added to the lawsuit. It doesn't matter. He already filed to amend with the courts. He can't retract what this is stated. Not only did he state it, but he uploaded it himself, admitting that it was him. The way he phrased the entire tweet was like, and this isn't something I like to do, but I'm going to go ahead and show the whole conversation between me and Queen B. You said it was you and Queen. We have it. Doesn't matter if you delete it. We have it, period.
It boggles me the idiocracy and the audacity of the people on that side, Granny. It just, and I'm one of those people, I think I've seen it all, and I'm not going to be shocked by anything, but the sheer ignorance just, it floors me. It floors me.
Yeah, me too. Because I like Hattie just said here, it is. At this point, it's not about Sebastian. It's about creators going after creators. And I just don't understand. I'll tell you what you're not understanding. You're not understanding how it got here, but they did it. They did it. Within a week of being involved in this case, they started injunctions. They thought that by filing that they were going to have RICO and that they were going to get publicity from it. They thought they were going to be able to intimidate people. They thought that they were going to get everybody to shut up so only their narrative was pushed. And they've made these other creators afraid to speak out. That was their intent, and nobody will ever convince me otherwise.
I agree. It was the intent all along.
Yeah. So Deshaun's saying, I guess he's saying he's not part of At Night now. So whatever he says about the lawsuit won't mean anything as he's not part of At Night. So confusing. I've looked for him denying he sent the messages, but can't find him denying it anywhere. I don't know. Do you have to file the countersuit before a judge rules and what's there now? I would think if a judge dismisses everything, you would have to file a new suit. No, Trish, so we file what's called a SLAP, anti-SLAP. An anti-SLAP is basically saying, come into the courts and show that you have enough to be successful in your suit, which we all know they don't, because it's based on feelings, not based on anything but hurt feelings. When that happens and they have to show their hand and show their hand is empty, that's when a judge is going to say, this was brought to stop freedom of speech. We are not going to take away their freedom of speech, and it will likely be dismissed. Once that gets dismissed, we can do what's called a slap back. A slap back is, hey, we won the slap. Now, in turn, we want to slap back and make them be held accountable for their frivolous lawsuit. But then we can also open up what's called a Dragon Eddy, which is basically a countersuit for defamation that came with this filing and with what Brittany J continues to do up until last night, which is defame me.
And not only that, but if you really look at it, Greenie, you have precedent, I believe, in the fact that they sent the fact that you were going to be sued out to other creators before you ever
That's a huge part.
received. Yeah, that's a huge part. Like they literally, that shows intent to defame. That
Not
is
only that,
intent to defame.
right? Not only that, but don't forget, they were offering for us to settle, right? So I was offered settlements that night that he dropped this, that day. He dropped this. He was in chats that night saying, if we sign what they want us to sign, it'll all be over. They then tried to say they were going to hold a press conference on my local courthouse steps as another way to further intimidate me. You can't convince me otherwise. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, they're suing me. I'm looking at 20 years in jail. This is federal. This is what they're telling everybody, so we would think it. And to top it off, they're going to hold a local press conference on my courthouse steps where they're inviting media. So everybody in my neighborhood, in my surrounding area, will know that I'm part of a quote unquote RICO, which they're basically they're going to defame me to my neighbors, my neighborhood, and therefore let me hurry up and sign whatever document he wants me to sign to have this over with. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do. But then again, they're scared of marching bands, so luckily that didn't happen.
Right, the marching band. Not the fact that you're not allowed to have a press conference on the courthouse steps for a civil suit. That wouldn't be why. Sounds like extortion and blackmail. Sounds like taunting and intimidation.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially then he goes live and goes, Granny's watching. If you're watching, barbecue's attorneys are trying to railroad you, and we'd rather take you under our wing before we allow that to happen. And yeah, okay.
Well,
You
Greenie,
forgot I'm from Delco too.
at the end of the day, though, Brittany gave me a wonderful gift. By her talking smack about you, I got curious about you enough to come find you and figure
Amen.
out what the bullcrap was.
Thank you
So
very
I
much. A
was
lot of
left
people have
with a
said that.
gift.
And I thank all of you that have come over and saw for yourself, including Kurt, who she cried about. Captain Kurt came up on my panel himself and admitted that Brittany went to him and said, oh, this Granny's watching so horrible, and I lost monetization because of her right before Christmas, la-di-da-di-da. So he started watching, and he couldn't see what she was claiming. He said it. I didn't convince him of anything. People come and they look for themselves. I mean, she's trying to say that on that panel I was on of truths that had to do with Chris Proudfoot coming up, that I spent the whole time going at her. That's over 23,000 views. That's 23,000 people that saw what a liar you are. What an absolute liar you are. We will be.
As a matter of fact,
we're making moves
Granny,
strategically. We don't work off emotions like Nick, who self-snitched. We actually think of things.
One of the first things I heard about you was that you had called Brittany J's, like that you had Brittany J's school called and her reported to DHS. Isn't that a coincidence? Like literally, what that Mary person was asking earlier, any proof? Oh, that Brittany ever said? Yeah, I'm proof of that. I was there when Brittany said that.
Well, yeah, and we have the proof. I mean, we
Yeah,
have the
I mean,
recording. My friend's going to release it, and I'll share it out, and we have all of it. And then I even put up my personal messages with my friend, like shocked, and she's like, "Well, last night, Britt, and you hear me. You hear me in utter disbelief, like for 3 years. I've argued with this woman. We've never gone real life. All the people we've ever argued with, we've never gone real life on. And DTOS, you're right. Holding on to 3-year-old clips of me talking to my kid, isn't that weird to anybody? Isn't any of this weird? I mean, if people don't understand it, just look at it this way. I don't care if you like me or not, all right? Sophia, thank you so much, sweetheart. I don't care if you like me. I know I'm not for everybody. I can be aggressive. I talk fast. I say stupid things, whatever. You don't like me. At the end of the day, Brittany used Sebastian Rogers, a child who was missing, and the vulnerability of his father to add herself onto an injunction in which she states Lifetime movie like dramatics, claiming that she is unable to sleep, she has wounds that will never heal, she's terrified for her life, she's missing out on family functions, and so forth. She also claimed that these same things are trickled down onto her child. But she hasn't shut up about me. Let that sink in.
Right, because being live for 7 hours a night and likely sleeping all day because of it would not impact your family relations. Just saying.
And not only that, but if you were terrified of somebody, you don't go live poking them. You don't go live speaking on them. You don't go live inciting hate against them. You don't go live bringing up clips from 3 years ago of them speaking with their children. You don't promote channels that are going at them. You don't befriend people that you didn't like until you had a common enemy. You don't do all of this. She's not terrified of me. She's terrified of my channel growth. She's terrified of the support I get, but she's not terrified of me. And I'll be damned if it ever came to the point where I'm writing to the courtrooms that I am so scared for the safety of my children, that my children's mental health is being impacted due to my time on YouTube. You better believe there wouldn't be a price in the world that would be worthy of my children's mental health. And I would log off quicker than I logged on. The fact that she also claims that she has lost money due to me, but still continues to put her children and their mental well-being in distress, tells me all I need to know.
She's going to have to prove that loss of money. And I don't think she can if you go look up her YouTube channel's money she's made. She hasn't lost any money. As
No,
a matter
she's
of fact,
gained money.
she's got big people donating hundreds of dollars all the time now.
I think you've humbled a ton of for whatever it's worth. Thank you, DTOS. I do appreciate that. It's when you set the record straight on that because I never heard you retract that, but I also can't always be here. I just started proof of your kid trolling as a missing child was bunk proof. Right, it wasn't proof. That's it. Period. It wasn't proof. I showed the proof. I had my daughter speak herself, and as soon as we pull up our conversations, luckily, my niece believes that she still has the messages from 2022. I will show everybody. And if I get this old phone, the code to it, the actual conversation there. They're trying to intertwine two separate situations. It simply didn't happen. She's trying to incite hate against my daughter, implying she would ever do something that gross as troll as a missing child. It's not okay. I just got this. Dragon Eddy is a case for wrongful use of civil proceedings. Sorry. So Dragon Yeti is a case for wrongful use of civil proceedings. If a case gets dismissed because they lack probable cause/evidence to make out their cause of action, winning party then can bring action against the losing party. Here it is clear they have zero evidence of a RICO, can't meet one element. By their own admissions, they are used in the court for improper purposes. Yeah. Thank you, Mary. I'll take a look for
And
it.
I think somehow, just like with the whole I'm gonna be a ninja and use truth serum on people, military hero mentality that they have over there, and that's what it is. It's a ninja mentality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that they thought that they were gonna say what they wanted to and file this lawsuit and go public in it, and that be proof that there was legitimacy to it, only to be finding out that they opened up a can of worms that they absolutely cannot put the lid back on. And I think they deserve it.
Well, you know what else I love about that? Not only did one of their own plaintiffs email me on September 5th telling me that they would never associate with the people they are associated with because of their threat of truth serum. Not only did they deny that they ever said the truth serum, that I lied about it, but Tony, while on Seth Rogers' panel, admitted that they called him and said, "Are you willing to take truth serum?" So you can't say that I lied. You can't lie on your filing that I lied about the threat of truth serum when there's all these proofs, including your own website, stating it.
Yeah, I actually did a lovely little live and posted all of the laws and everything in chronological order of why exactly it was a felony to use truth serum against an unwilling party.
Right.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie, like I thought they were trolling when they put that post out, but they were serious. They
They
were
were
serious.
serious. Yeah. And then again, because they want to deny it now. Not only was it on At Night's website, okay, let me try to blow this up so I can block the person that sent it to me. Look what Notorious Ash wrote. She even has her backup channel that is close to 6K subs. She said it was halfway to 6K at 5,500. No, idiot. Half of 6K would be 3K. Plus, it be the fruit, I'll tell
One
you.
more case of the math not mathing.
Listen, if you have it, come join over to my backup. We don't use it very often, because unlike others, I don't claim to be a true crime channel, but then also have a drama channel because you're one or the other. I do all my shit here, but I do have a little backup for safety reasons. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We are currently at, for a channel I don't use, 2,150. So we are halfway to 3,000.
Like,
Well,
do people even realize that Dog the Bounty Hunter is a convicted murderer and he's wanted in Mexico? If he ever gets caught in Mexico, he's looking at over 100 years. Like, that's bad when you're wanted in Mexico, you guys. That's bad when you're wanted in Mexico.
and he said that recently on national news. He said, "I can't go into Mexico because I escaped prison there and promised I'd never come back." So what you do on your way of escaping the jail, you said, "Hey, I promise I'll never be back. Bye." Makes no dang sense. But here's the truth serum from Tony Mathis himself. One of several, elements of proof we have. At Night has been retained by a private individual or entity to provide services to Seth Rogers, the father of Sebastian, blah, blah, blah. At Night's commitment to the case involves deploying an array of advanced investigative techniques and methodologies. This includes conducting various tests, such as hypnotization and the strategic use of psychoactive compounds, aka truth serums. And then Nick doubled down on a video himself where he stated that a very reputable hospital in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be exact, would be the ones to administer it.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember
You
that,
know
Miss
what? But
Virginia?
yes, I do. But you know what? Every time I read this post, I have this theme song in the back of my head going, "I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja." I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's the
I
truth,
do.
though. It's like, are you guys all right, man?
Oh,
Why deny the dumbest of shit, man? Why deny something? And then again, because these plaintiffs don't all speak to each other, and they likely never held an actual one-on-one conversation with Joseph Lasniak. They certainly didn't hold one with Bruce Castor because he was completely unaware, had
ooh,
no
can
idea of
you?
this filing.
So
Um, they
not
don't even
only
get their
was,
stories together, girl.
oh my
Tony
goodness.
Mathis must not have known when he sat in front of I think it's over 20,000 people now, and stated that Dog the Bounty Hunter asked him on the phone, "Are you willing to take truth serum?" And Tony said, "We'll play your silly little games." Tony must not have been aware that this filing says that we made that up, that they never said it.
Oh my goodness. It is such a circus. The smoke and mirrors, the lies, the clowns. Girl, I
At a
don't know
child's
anyone.
expense, man.
I don't know anyone with feet big enough to fill them clown shoes on that
No.
side. I don't.
It's honestly it's sickening and it's ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, this is about a child that has disappeared, and I keep seeing Britney's leaving comments places claiming that me and Truth are holding back some big secret to protect the Proudfoots. I've said this over 1,000 times. Well, that right there is inciting hate against me because that comment, and then I started receiving threats to my personal phone line. But that comment right there is so far from the truth. It's again a defamatory statement to incite hate against me. That's what she's doing. I'm not holding anything back for the Proudfoots. Not a damn thing. Let me make that very fucking clear.
You know, you've had what, how long was it? 5-minute call with Mr. Pratt where he asked you to remove something from your YouTube and you did out of respect, which I admire. But if I'm not mistaken, it's Brittany J that has hour-long conversations with Seth, and I know this to be a fact, okay, who has complete interaction with Seth on a regular basis. He's a moderator for her channel. You want to talk about someone buddying up to the parents that would have information they didn't want to put out there
Mm-hmm.
because
Oh,
she's
thank you,
pushing this
Gilded.
narrative.
Right. Well, and here's, and it's the truth. We heard them all say, like, we've become a family. Josh got up there and said, because I know things behind the scenes. They know things. They converse with them as well. As for the thumbs up, one time, one chatter said, Brittany is so jealous of the thumbs up you get. Brittany took that and said that I said she's jealous of the thumbs up I get. Ever since then, she has pushed very hard to get thumbs up, repeating it like 5-6 times within a matter of minutes. It's pathetic. Stop competing with myself. Compete with yourself. You will be.
Granny, you made a truce with this woman. You said, let bygones be bygones. Let's stop all this nonsense and let's just call a truce. You did
Several
that.
times.
You extended the olive branch. And what happened just a few days later? She blamed you and used your name because of another content creator's video that she didn't like about her.
Yep. Actually, that night she ran back to talking about me on one time where we made amends. Don't forget, too, very recently. Thank you for trying to Ruby Raven. I put it in chat, but if it doesn't work, I understand. Very recently, Jess, you can't do drama in a missing kids case. You sound terrible. Where do you see a missing kid on my title, Jen? Where do you see that? Where do you see that? What makes you people think that if I talk about, and I'm not being rude to you. I'm very curious. So if I'm watching a show, am I not allowed to stop in the middle of that show and start another? Like, why am I not allowed to speak about whatever I want to speak about? There's no child. Nothing today makes you believe that I am speaking about a missing child, respectfully. I'm
That's
allowed to
funny,
hold different
Granny.
topics.
I could have
Woo, thank you
I
guys.
could have sworn that the name of your YouTube channel was Granny's Watching, not what everybody else cares and thinks.
Well, that's the truth, right?
I mean,
I'm just saying, if I use Sebastian in the title today, if I had him tagged or any of that, I understand what you're saying and I would agree with you. But I also want to remind everybody, with utmost respect, if you consider this drama and involving a missing child's case, who did it? I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I didn't set this file in motion. I didn't go with lawsuits. I didn't place injunctions. I am unfairly tied up in them because this clown, this guy over here, wants to get a reaction out of somebody. Okay? He just wants to get people to react. This has nothing to do with Sebastian. None of it.
Granny, these people are so gaslit into thinking that you are evil. They
Yeah,
cannot see the forest through the trees.
they can't.
Literally.
They can't. It drives me nuts. And when people say things like, oh, well, if you were really interested in missing kids, you would cover all the missing kids. I get passionate about what I get passionate about and I cover what I want to cover the same way you decide a TV show you want to watch or a book you want to read because it grabs your interest. Okay? That's how I feel about this. I will cover whatever grabs my interest. And if it grabs the audience interest as well, great. If it doesn't, come back another day. But this idea that because I don't cover every missing kid, that means I don't really care about missing kids is such a simple statement to try to discredit somebody. And it doesn't make sense. Okay. It just doesn't make sense.
I completely agree with BFAM because not there's actual proof that Brittany attacks you using Sebastian's name, because she will go from attacking you about drama that she has created with you and her to how dare you do this to a missing child's father in 10 seconds flat.
Yeah, it's insane.
Every time. Every time.
Hey, Dark Horse. I will, Bob H. Thank you.
Hi, hon. I just got triggered real bad.
I'm sorry.
No. It's the scopolamine, and I don't know if anybody knows what scopolamine really is, but it's also called devil's breath. The thing that's bad about that is they can blow it in your face, and you will say and do whatever they want you to do and say. I mean, it's a drug that's from Colombia, and they use it
Oh, I
to
remember
rob.
that.
In voodoo
Yeah.
rituals, right?
Well,
That
not
was
just that, but they were robbing. They were robbing people visiting the country there. They would get people to like completely clean out their bank accounts to, and they just, it's weird because, like when they're talking about, using, scopolamine, it, I mean, within seconds, you don't remember anything for hours, and you will do anything. You will act normal, walk normal, talk normal. And it's like people have been robbed.
Wow.
Do you
Um,
remember, Dark Horse, that came up in Ruby Raven? Thank you. The Cash App did go through. Thank you so much. Do you remember that came up in the Chris Watts case? That remember Nicole Kessinger said something
mhm.
weird, and people started thinking that was involved there.
Yeah, and it probably was, but well, I have a lot of theories on that, but it it's it's now, and I'm from Colorado, literally minutes down the street from the Watts,
Oh,
and
I was actually going to do a revisit of it. To be honest, I have the thumbnail and everything.
well, um, right down the street, like literally 15 minutes away from them, I was drugged with devil's breath, and
No
I was,
way.
yes, and was taken
What?
advantage of, and all kinds of things like
Oh, I'm so sorry.
well, that's why it was triggering to me, because a lot of people don't know what scopolamine is, and what it does to you. They literally blow it in your face.
When
And
did if you don't mind, do you mind sharing like the year that took place? Was it around?
it was 2021 to 2022. I actually was uh, taken advantage of for several months
I'm
with
so
this.
sorry.
And when it was realized, um, yes, I'm in a witness protection program
Mm.
because of this. Somebody in chat just said that. Um, I'm not sharing my actual location. I said I'm from Colorado. Um, but um, and my only thing, when you mentioned Chris Watts, I that's why I'm saying, like, it was there. It was in Colorado when the Chris Watts case was going on, because that's when, just shortly thereafter is when all this was happening to me. So I know it was there. But the thing is you literally just blow it in somebody's face. So like for them to be saying that they are going to use scopolamine is crazy to me, because people will say and do anything that you ask them to do. So not that would ever be able to be used in a court of law, but that's what this drug actually does to you. So um I just wanted people to be aware that this stuff is out there. Like, I talk to my children all the time, and I'm like, please, like, you got to be careful, because I mean, it just takes a and you're gone mentally.
So that's
Your memory.
basically what they're threatening here. That is one of them.
Well, and that's the thing. They can walk up to one of these. I mean, they could walk up to Katie, per se, in a grocery store. She doesn't know who they are, and blow this shit in her face. And now she's going to say and do whatever they want them to do, and maybe record it or whatever.
Right.
But that's the scary part of this. It's not even like necessarily this truth serum, but just the scopolamine in and of itself is scary because of what it will make you do, and you won't remember doing it. So I don't know. I just
I'm
wanted to
sorry you
pop up and
experienced that.
no, I mean I'm okay now. I've been through years and years of therapy. I mean, I have the best family. I am doing absolutely amazing. The fact that I can even talk about it, now is um, promising to my own mental health.
Right. Right.
But that's scary. The scopolamine, because of what it does to a person. Um, Not that they would be able hypnotization. Like, I mean, that's crazy.
Right. It's just a threat. They don't have the ability to do any of this. They don't. And the fact that they're now denying it in this injunction stating that we lied about it. It makes me wonder if Lasniak's even aware of what his clients have stated. And somebody pointed out to me that he also stated it on a court program. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, he did actually.
Which is
It was talked
insane.
about by Dog and
Right.
Tony and Seth. I mean, this
They
Was it
all
with
like
mentioned
Benny?
it.
yeah, they've all spoken about it.
And Nick himself, when Nick had to come out and say, like, oh, well, we wouldn't administer it. We would use, the hospital in Pennsylvania and this and that. He brought it up as well. Now, Dark Horse, while I have you up here, you've mentioned a few times in chats that you had actually given Brittany money behind the scenes.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on how that happened?
Well, I believe it was in November. She was just, crying and stuff about not having money, and she might not be on tomorrow because she can't pay her, bill, and it'll just take her a little while to get back on. And I actually like listened to her. I'm disgusted and repulsed by her now, but like, because of my situation, I had talked to her through emails, and so she emailed me and asked if I could help her. And she said, I know you're in a tough spot, but is there any way that you can help me?
Wow.
And I cash apped her $400, and then she was back on the next day. So I thought, like, I did a good thing, but I had no idea that she was going to everybody
Mm-hmm.
and asking for money. And the thing is like, I feel like she kind of took advantage of, and this is where, like, I don't mind telling my story because I'm very protected, but like, I kind of got into like a couple of details about my case, which is now over.
Yeah.
But I kind of got into a couple of details about it, and she was like, just email me. So like, I talked to her about pretty much everything. I even sent her documents.
Well,
To
and
just
you're not
prove
the only
that what I was saying is true.
right, and unfortunately, you're not the only person she has done that to. So when you are, you consider yourself a true crime channel, which is what Brittany often says, that she's a true crime channel. A
Right.
lot of times, people that are actually victims of,
You're right.
yeah, and the real world, such as Quinny. Quinny's another one who has admitted that, they've experienced something horrible. And Brittany did the same thing. Hey, send me an email about it. So a lot of times our audience is absolutely, they're oftentimes something personal in their lives have brought them to this sector of
Yep.
YouTube. The idea that
Mhm.
she is building relationships with people behind the scenes and then asking them for money. If a creator ever asks you for money behind the scenes, please make it publicly known, because nobody should ever, as creators, we should never, ever, ever go to a subscriber privately
Ever.
and ask for money ever. Why don't they have family or friends or anything? I don't understand it. The idea that you put that type of weight on a subscriber's shoulder to keep your business running is fucking unbelievable to me.
I
And
consider
in that
myself
email that she sent me asking me to send her that $400, she was very apologetic about, and it was literally the first time that she had ever responded to me
Oh,
in an email. She was like, I'm really sorry. I just got your email. I just found your email. It was in my spam.
are you kidding me?
Yeah. And then she was like, I'm really sorry for everything that you went through. I mean, she kind of wanted me to prove that and that's why I sent her some of the documents to prove that, yes, I have gone through this. But she acted as if she had never gotten, the email, and now that she had, and she's like, I'm really sorry for everything you've gone through. God, it made me cry, and just sort of pulled from that. In looking back, I can see that's exactly what she did. She was kind of using that
Right,
to,
like, oh, I suddenly see your emails. I'm so sorry for all the trauma you went through, blah,
yes,
blah, 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 blah. Hey, by the way,
yep, exactly. That's exactly how it happened. I still have I can find the emails in a completely different email. I try not to give out like my real email, but like I'll have to go in and find it, but I can find it and send it to you. I can also send you proof of the Cash App. But
How
oh, I
long can
absolutely
I?
believe you because she did the same thing to T. Adams around the same time. Right here, tell it, Jess. She went to T. Adams on several different occasions and asked for money behind the scenes. She's done it to several people now. One time she slipped up and she sent a message to another creator by the name of Barb and was asking for money and had to admit that that was meant for somebody else. So how many people was she messaging asking for money that she slipped up and sent it to the wrong person? And again, why is she asking for money behind the scenes?
right. And
Can I ask a question? How long had you been a member or a part of the channel before she started
I've
asking you
actually
for
been on
funds?
panel with her, I think, and I was really, really, really sick when I did this. Like I didn't even have a voice, but I was
Uh-huh.
trying to correct some of the things that she was saying, and she didn't like it. And then one night I tried to come up to correct her again. She knew that I was coming up to correct her. I was actually on when Voices was on. Um, First time I ever talked to Voices was on Brittany's channel,
Hmm.
and I was trying to get back, get up on panel, and she kept kicking me off. And then finally, she went off on me on a live, and she was just talking madness. And just saying the most horrible things, like dark, like talking about my name, Dark Horse, and um, like I'm like maybe
Dark Horse, I remember
demonic.
you. Yeah,
Huh?
I know who you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She was, but I think that I was only listening to her for probably 2 or 3 months. And I just, after she did that to me, and that was literally right after I gave her money, she did that.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Well,
must have
Wow.
been like a week and a half.
she had to discredit you publicly in case you ever came out and told anybody that she got money from you. That's what they do.
Oh,
Yep.
that
T
just hit
Rev,
me like a
you
ton
guys,
of bricks.
these are red flags. I just hope you guys out
Bye,
there are
Jensen.
paying attention because these are red flags. When you see uh creators go through mods like toilet paper,
Yep.
and whenever you start hearing they have been asking their subscribers for money, these are red flags. I hope you guys are paying attention because this is a scam. T Fraud 757 did it. I literally have the emails, can prove it. I tried telling Brittany J what T Rev was, and she wrote me off because I was exposing the person she was fixing to grift subscribers from. It's the
Right.
truth.
You didn't offer her any value compared to T Rev. And T Rev's another one who came to me and
Bingo.
said that Brittany was going to him behind the scenes and kept saying, this Granny's watch is doing this, and how do I handle it? Do you know how many
Yep.
creators this woman has tried to incite hate against me behind the scenes with? And
She
they've come
tried
out
to
and they've
incite
said
it
it.
with me.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous. And here you have Dear Term Cyrus saying that happened after the first group of friends who left her for exactly the same reason. You're not alone, Dark Horse. I'm so sorry you were taken advantage of, but you're not alone.
Oh, I learned a
Unfortunately,
lesson, and that's the best thing that can happen from this entire situation is that I learned
yeah,
a lesson.
amen. Amen. No creator should ever,
Mm-mm.
ever.
Ever.
I've had people behind the scenes, and I'll put the message up. Call me a liar, and I'll show them. I've had people behind the scenes ask me if I need money, and I straight up told them no. No. Even if I did, I would never accept money privately behind the scenes from a subscriber. Ever. Ever. It's not
The
right to
only
do.
gift,
We have
the only
parasocial relationships. It's not right to do.
the only gift I have ever gotten from a subscriber was they sent me a new monitor for my computer after I specifically told them not to.
Well, gifts is one
Okay.
thing. You know what I mean? Having
Yeah.
gifts is one thing. When people send you a gift, that's one thing. T. Adams asked me, hey, did you get everything you need for your son's birthday? Do you need a couple extra dollars? I already appreciate the help you gave. No, thank you. You know, if people decide to send a gift, that's one thing. If they're asking, no, you don't. I mean, you just don't do it. I'm sorry. I think it's so wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's another listen, whenever you've got to think the people that are watching these channels for the true crime aspect of it, like me myself, we often have trauma that we are trying to cope through and deal with because of our own experiences with true crime. And if we aren't careful, these people will recognize that, they will feed off of us, and
Mhm.
they will discard us after they have gotten everything they wanted out of us, traumatizing us further.
Yeah.
Don't let them make you a victim. You've already come this far.
Well, and she literally used what I had shown her um to prove, and I, I shouldn't have to prove anything to anybody about my own experience, but she asked me to, and so I did. And she yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. They use your trauma, to get to you, and that's what she did. I'm so sorry for everything that you've gone through. I read the papers and they made me cry. And by the way, can can you help me out with my internet bill?
Yeah, right.
And I mean, and the thing is literally, and Aries can speak to this because he was there. I literally had no voice, no voice. Like, I had some laryngitis. It was really bad. And I was going through, like, just talking to her, but she did not, like, I mean, I can't even remember what case it was. It must have been Sebastian, maybe. I don't know. But I was literally correcting her on, like, the misinformation. Like, no, this is what happened. I have just a lot, because this is what I do all day, is watch true crime. And you're exactly right. Like, I connected with the true crime community because of my own stuff. And
Yeah, your life
it's
experiences. That's usually,
and it's because, like, you want to see justice, right? And I was going through my own type of, getting justice, going back to, have to deal with court and testifying and all that kind of good stuff. And it's almost, and it's kind of creepy, but it's a way that you cope with,
right.
going through.
Not alone. You
Right.
realize there's, hundreds of, and then when you have a creator that sells themselves to you as a compassionate person for the victims,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you,
But
that's far
she,
from the truth. She
but
contradicts herself all
Granny,
the time.
she doesn't just paint herself as someone that cares about your truth. She targets you like she is your best
She
friend.
does. That's
You are
true.
correct.
That's
You are
so
correct.
true.
And
And
it's her voice, and the way that she speaks. I don't know if it's the accent. I don't know. I started off with her channel just because I can't sleep without noise, because I hear
oh,
everything and it's frightening to me. So I would put her on and just go to sleep listening to
right.
nonsense, right?
Well, she's a good way to put you to sleep, but yeah.
Right. She puts
Isn't it
herself to sleep.
ironic? Isn't it a bit ironic that she once was part of a channel called Recliner Survivors, that they
Oh,
survived Natasha Cooper, and here she is. We could host a whole channel of BJ survivors in the same format because she took the same playbook from the same person and implemented it. Unbelievable.
yeah. Yeah, she's
Right,
crazy.
exactly, DTOS. And when that friendship falls out, she immediately goes to your arch nemesis to gossip and hate bond. Fact. She has two
Yep.
different ice machines because the one that was purchased for her by a subscriber didn't give her the right shape of ice.
Jujubee. It was the
She
Idaho
got
4. It
sent
was
an
the Idaho 4.
entire she got sent an entire catered Christmas dinner and
I think it
complained it
was
wasn't enough.
Thanksgiving. Wasn't it
Or
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, yeah.
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 So you joined
Ridiculous.
you joined her with the Idaho 4 case.
Yes,
Okay.
I started watching her with the Idaho 4 case, but because that was such a traumatic, like, I mean, God,
That's a horrible
but I
case. Yeah.
knew, I watched every single live that I could about this case. So I had a lot of knowledge when it came to stuff, but she was like spewing stuff that just didn't make any sense. And so
you also saw her stalking into the minor friend. Oh, that was Kylie Rodney. Never mind. Sorry.
I
Sidetrack.
didn't know who she was, with the Kylie Rodney thing. I had heard about some of the things that she had done, and that it was gross. But same thing with Justin. But
yeah, all of those cases. Then in that case, in the Idaho Ford, they blamed the hoodie guy in that video too.
Oh yes, they did. They did.
Now, you guys, come on. You have to give it to these people. There has been nothing actually new in Sebastian Rogers' case for how long, and they are still managing to go live for hours every day and cover nothing. It is an accomplishment.
Well, that's why, she spends majority of the time actually covering me, or covering the fact that she needs money, or asking for thumbs up or donations. And listen, if you go into a creator's chat, okay, I'm just going to be honest, as a creator, there's manipulation tactics. I'm not even going to lie. There's manipulation tactics people use against all of you. I've done several streams on it. I think it's grimy, but it happens. One of them is the whole, they hate when I get money. That's a manipulation tactic. It's an us first them mentality. That is what is all based on, us first them. But if you go into a creator's chat, and not only do they have an intro, okay, telling you how to donate money, then they have their money payments going across the bottom of their screen, okay, as if you can't find them throughout the chat yourself. And then to top it off, insert payments here, scrolling here, payment options, money, greed, join the team, blah, blah, blah. And if they stop their coverage every now and then to remind you all how you can donate to the channel, walk away. They don't appreciate you. This is a free platform. You don't have to pay to watch us. You can watch for free. Being a member is already more than one could ask for. But to constantly remind people of other ways they can financially support and they'll say, support the channel, you're not supporting the channel. We pay our internet. We have a device. That's all we need. We don't need more money than that. It's a scheme. It's a scam. I don't like it. It's gross. I can't stand it.
Now, I will say there are actual content creators out here that do true crime, that do like little fundraisers to raise funds to get the documents and stuff for their true crime channel. I'm not dogging on anyone doing that kind of thing, because as a content creator that actually does true crime, documents get expensive. Very, very expensive. And sometimes what you make off YouTube doesn't counterset that. So I understand the extra if you want to donate, but it's offered, and it's not like thrown in your face the entire stream. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little side note.
It's completely different. That is so different.
Right.
She brought you up in a live stream a year ago thinking she continued the bashing of you. It didn't go the way she thought. She absolutely crumbled. A guilt trip started. It was disturbing. I remember that. She got a lot of backlash from her chat. Like, every time she talks about me, she says, "This is the last time, y'all. I da-da-da." And I know what stream you're talking about. The chat gave her a lot of pushback because I wasn't speaking about her. I mean, I speak about her more now than ever because she filed litigation against me. Prior to that, I barely spoke about her. What she would do is pull up my channel and say, "This video is about me, this video is about me, this video," and they weren't. That's why she never clicked them or showed them. It's infuriating to have somebody constantly saying you're going at them when you are literally begging to be left alone. From blocking her mods. I don't click her channel. I don't watch her shit. I avoided people that were covering her. I want nothing to do with her.
You went so far as to go up on a panel with her and make a truce with that woman, Granny. Can we all just take a moment and recognize that? And then 3 days later, she was after you again for no reason.
That's exactly right. Oh, dear term service, you're talking about when that mother with a missing daughter reached out for help from somebody, and they came back and started saying things that weren't, necessary to say. And in a stream, I counted, I think it was over 60 something lies that were told. She had to come back the next day and admit that she was wrong, to defend what she was defending, and she only defended it because she hated me. That was that. Yep, I knew it. Yep. Go listen to that stream again. You'll see. This is all personal with her. And it's not because I harmed her real life and I'm doing this and that. It's because she can't stand that I'm fucking doing good on here. It kills her inside. Because
it's
from day one. Yeah. Because from day one of me starting a channel, she was intimidated by me. She was telling people not to get me to 1,000 subscribers. And here I am, surpassed her in every way.
I don't want to interrupt, but I just want to say one more thing before I jump down.
Absolutely.
Does Nana's laugh like just cringe people as much as it does me?
Oh, does she? I didn't even realize they laugh over there.
No, it's cringy. Just kind of listen. I can't even do it myself. It's that cringy. I just I just wanted to make that point. I'm gonna jump down. Thank you so much for allowing me to come up and speak. And
Absolutely.
just
Thank
let
you
you
for
know,
sharing with us. I know it's not
I
easy.
well, I mean, it's getting easier, but I always sit in the bushes. But I watch you just about every morning. So
Well, thank you.
yeah, I support you 100%, and I'm so proud of what you're doing.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry you were taken advantage of. I'm sorry for everything you experienced that led you here and that you unfortunately went and, a vulture got you. And I'm sorry
Yeah,
I know people are like, oh, well, it's $400 and blah, blah, blah. No, it's the fact that you feel so taken advantage of.
yeah.
We
Well,
have Striker. We're doing everything. Believe me.
one more thing. YMCA Aries, I love you, honey.
Yeah. Aries used to go at me so hard,
Aries
man.
is awesome, though.
Yeah. The YMCA thing is just something that we do back and forth in chats and stuff. But I just wanted to tell him I love him so much. He's such a great
That's
guy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
All
know
right.
Aries, he is good people, and
He is.
I'm glad that he finally joined. What are we called? Oh yeah, the Mean Girls
The,
Club.
the dark
We're the
side.
dark side.
Yeah, the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hate channels. I love when she's like, we don't create the divide, but y'all, they keep going at our side. Like, yeah, you
Uh,
did. You created the divide. You keep it going. Stop
yeah.
it. It's about
Reacting
Sebastian,
is
not you.
not coming after someone. It is reacting to being come after.
Right.
You can't say you're the victim when you're the one chasing the other person down, hitting them over the head.
Thank you.
I can tell you, Aries. He has been so supportive to me over. I mean, he's since the whole Britney thing. He's been so supportive. A lot of people just come at me because the argument that me and Brittany had, but Aries has always been so supportive to everybody. To be honest with you, but love seeing you guys. I'm gonna jump down. Got some dishes to do, and I'm gonna listen to you guys. So I'll be in the chat.
Thank you.
Merry
Thank you for coming up.
Christmas.
Yes,
Can you
Merry
kick me
Christmas.
off? Because there's the leave
Oh,
button.
yeah. I'll
All
kick
right.
you. Bye. Yeah, that's true, Sammy. I only respond after I hold it in. But when she went on about my daughter again and played an out of context clip and lied that I did not get that message from Jat, just another troll, stating that they know about my daughter's new employment. Yeah, that's when I've had enough.
Well, Granny, I've seen it firsthand. I have seen you try to leave it alone and not, just put it aside. But there comes a point, and I think all of us, can understand this. There comes a point whenever these people are interfering in your real life,
Yeah,
okay, that you have to make a public stance against it and you have to document everything because these people will not stop. It's not about, oh, I just want to forget her and she's going to disappear. I see it, Granny. She's not going to. It's
it's
stalker
been years.
obsessive. Yes. I see it. I understand it. Because
Thank
I'm one of
you.
those people that always says, oh, just ignore it and it'll go away. No, Granny, I can honestly see where no amount of ignoring this is going to make it go away. So
Yep.
I respect you. Um, I appreciate what you're doing, standing up for yourself and speaking for the First and Fourth Amendment for all of us.
Thank you.
I think you're a very brave woman, and I can only imagine the fear you've had, especially when you got slapped with this lawsuit. But those of us out here that are a little educated, even if we're not, doctorate degrees or whatever, knew that this was all what it was from the very beginning. It is a circus, it is defamation, and they literally tried to use the courts to attack you and strip you of your First and your Fourth Amendment. So I commemorate you for standing up for yourself.
I do really appreciate you understanding that it's a lot bigger than, if you like me or don't like me. This will have a trickle down effect. And quite frankly, I'm shocked that any creator would support this because it
Yeah.
is a trickle down effect. And if you think,
Hmm.
you're safe, anybody who's ever had an opinion that somebody else didn't like, you are basically saying it would be okay to do this to them too, because they don't like your commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, look, just because you hate the speech doesn't make it hate speech. Just because you don't like what someone is saying doesn't give you the right to mess with someone's family, with
Right.
their friends, with their real lives, even with, their business, which in your case, Granny, is YouTube. But
Yeah.
honestly though, don't worry about that because Brittany, I swear she's one of your best advertisers, whether you
I
know
mean,
it or
she
not.
really is. That's the truth. And like Karma Contradiction said, last night she kept replaying because it's a technique. If you tell somebody what they're hearing enough times, they hear it. They use it in commercials, you use it everywhere. She kept replaying that part of a video of me speaking with my daughter and adding to it. She kept telling everybody what they were hearing because she wants to hear what she wants to hear. You did not hear me say, hey, good job trolling as missing kids. It never happens. Sophia, thank you. Hey, Pearl Girl, I was getting ready to wrap it up. What's up, girlfriend?
Hey, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I just, hello, Regina. Hello, Granny, chats, mods. Hello, everybody.
Hello, blessings. With real quick before you start, Granny, thank you so much for having me. As always, you are such a gracious guest, and I think that you're actually being pretty fair considering everything. So don't doubt yourself for a second. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, you guys. Shout out to the mods, love.
You as
Oh,
well.
thank you so much.
Bye.
This is alleged speculations and in my opinion, but
Oh, be careful what you about to say.
well, y'all went through this thing a couple of 3 months ago, and it's been going on and on and on. And that day, I thought everybody was going to leave everybody alone, but it wasn't. But a day or two later, she was right back with your name in her mouth.
Yep.
Will she
Yep.
not shut up, or is this going to shut her up?
Right. What's it going to take? If filing an injunction with the courts to seek protection from me hasn't shut her up, what will? Honestly, what will? This has been years of this. Yeah,
I
I'm
just,
honest to God, when I saw that she was part of that injunction, I'm not even exaggerating nor am I lying. I swear I turned around to at least one of my moderators, if not all, and said, thank God she will finally shut up about me now.
well, she ain't no smarter than BHB. I mean, she keeps on running her mouth. I thought that was going to stop too. It's
Yep.
not. It's just put it on full force. So,
Right.
I'm
It's
not
empowered them.
understanding all this bickering.
Dude, Morbid's my friend. I can call Morbid right now on the phone. What is she talking about? I screwed over Morbid. Matter of fact, don't make me call this man live on stream right now. Me and Morbid are friends. I didn't screw him over. We're friends. What is she talking about? Oh, see, this woman just lies to lie, man. Morbid just came in the chat. He simply doesn't, he's not into this case.
This is
We
the
still
people
support each other.
This is the people that agitate this shit.
Right.
Look where this case is turned to. I wouldn't even want somebody to know my son was gone or my child was gone. This shouldn't be hate each other and bringing up somebody's child and harassing them and making people lose their jobs. And, this is just pathetic. And I'm like Clue said last night on hers. People are losing it. And they are losing it. Get off of other people, handle what you do, and help work through some of this without the discrimination of somebody. Yes, I've had my opinions on it to start with, and if Sebastian had left from his daddy's, I'd still feel the same way. But I got to feel like this. Give those people a break. There's people out there that's got many, many, many children that's gone that would love to have them home by the holidays. And even if they had already passed, just to have closure. And people
Right.
are just crazy around here. I ain't never seen nothing in my whole entire life. I
Amen.
just I don't know why people wants to just keep dragging it out. This has nothing to do and burns my hind end to see. Oh, it's hashtag Sebastian, hashtag the green team, hashtag all this stuff. Yeah, well, just keep his name out of it then. If that's not what you're going to cover, leave it alone. If you're going to cover somebody else's kids, which is I'm very against, leave their families out of it.
Right. Look, I'm going to prove a point in case, and amen to all of that, Pearl. Facts. In case anybody's watching, here's Morbid's channel, right? Morbid covers Gypsy Rose. He's doing a fantastic job. Still very well friendly with them. We're good, everything. Check this out. So here's Morbid's channel. Here's a video, Gypsy Rose. Here's comments. I'm a moderator. Do I want to remove this comment? I'm a mod on his channel. We haven't fallen out. That's my homie. You don't even know what you're talking about, Brittany J. Unlike you, I don't lose relationships. And her screaming all giddy, listen to her, queen, listen to her, Jay. She's saying she's not your friend. This is why you're constantly crying betrayal. Because you are so pathetic that YouTube is majority of your life, that you really believe that everybody that you associate with is your friend. That is why you're always screaming how much you love people. How, oh, I love you, Froggy Megsy, PD. Love you, girl. Thank you. And then she says things like, well, if you support me, then you support me all the time. You put unrealistic parasocial relationships on your audience and your cohorts, which is why you end up losing 140 plus fucking moderators. These are my supporters. There are people I've grown a relationship with offline. But not every person I speak to on YouTube is titled a friend, because I have friends in the real world. Okay. They are called associates. Do you know does she even know what associates mean?
Well, Granny, you and Jay, y'all never asked for nothing. And this is very special to me because you can go on some of these channels. Now, Close, you don't never ask for nothing either. Thing about this is you go on people's channels now, and that, well, I need this, or I wished I had that, or my car's out of, not running, or I need a tire, I've got to get that fixed now. Now, when they just go with, I'd like to have that and stuff like that, people catch on to this. People listen to me.
Right, it's called dry begging.
They're dry begging you, and you're feeling so sorry for them. And when the first tear hits their chest or their lap, y'all are willing to give. There is people out here like myself on a fixed income.
Yeah.
Live natural, live normal. I don't ask for nothing and will never and never have asked for anything or any help. And you've got these that won't ask for it, and then you've got one that's ready. Oh, well, let's see what I can say is wrong today. People, listen to me. This is just getting your money and the elderly people's money. You're paying for, and I'm not saying this about you, Granny, but I would put that I'd put that money back just for a lawyer's fee fund if I didn't have to use it.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'd put it where it'd be back there if I had to have this again. It's sad that everybody's going to sue everybody.
I have a lawyer, Pearl. I don't have that money. I paid an attorney.
I know, but I'm saying, though, that if it's returned back to you, put that in a lawyer's trust where that if this shit comes back up again, you won't have to worry about this.
Well, I'll be having an LLC by then. Really quick, though, here. Associates, in the context of friendship, means someone you are closely connected to, a companion or a friend, but perhaps not as close as a best friend or intimate friend. So when I called Queen, Jay, when I say they're associates, what I mean is they're not the same as a fucking real life friend. It's not saying I don't like them or I'm not their friend. You're weird for that, Brittany. Learn what words mean before you get all giddy. Like, see y'all, she's telling you right there. I told no lies. No lies. That's what it's
no, you've never lied. That's just like Jay. They want to pick her to death, and BHB was picking on her the other day. Hey, it ain't none of her business what anybody's done in their past life. We've all got past. Don't bring up bullshit that somebody else has done when you've done worse.
Some more current than others. Amen.
I think that PJ is just so obsessed that it's become mental.
Yeah, she's consumed with me to an unhealthy point. Thank you. That is fact. She is very consumed by me to the point where she talks about I'm spiraling or Jay spiraling. I'll tell you, honest to God, and in some part of me, I've had empathy towards it. She is legitimately spiraling. We have witnessed her spiral since she has signed her name to this lawsuit. And you can't tell me I'm lying. That's when the
No,
first signs of face planting the mic, falling asleep, it all started then. She is spiraling because she is so grossly and throughout in my life and my business and my channel and my personal life that she has put it all in front of her own.
you're exactly right. And you know this come in stages. It comes Sebastian to start with.
Well, she
And then
used
it went
Sebastian to start it, but it was standing before him. She just used him to
right,
finalize her what she thought was a chess move.
right. And I don't think it's a good thing to get involved with these parents
Mm-mm.
or any parents that's got missing children. But it started with investigating and wanting the best come out of Sebastian, wanting him to be found.
For
And then
some
it got to
people, not for
picking,
everybody.
right. And then it got to picking, okay, well, then I'll pick out what she says wrong and what there's wrong and everything. And everybody's picking out
Well, I
everything
don't do
about
that yet.
everybody. And then they're bringing their families into it and everything. And then we're going into the third stage of taking them to court.
Right.
Now,
And,
have you ever seen a
right.
case like this?
Nope.
Have you
Well, I
ever
mean,
worked with,
yeah, kind of. Not to this extent, but yeah, it's pretty much how it goes on here. Same players too, which is absolutely ridiculous.
but,
The idea that she's over on a panel telling me to take a break. Oh, why? Because I proved you again with receipts. Once again, I debunked your lies with receipts. I'm the one that needs a break. You go live almost daily, if not nightly, screaming my name. You are
well, I
falling
wanted to
asleep.
start a channel myself, but you know what, Granny? And it ain't even going to be doing nothing with crime. But I don't even know if I even want to do that because people's just a picking and a picking and a picking. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not
That's the truth.
intimidated by nobody, and I damn sure not afraid of nobody. But I just don't see the reason for this. It's all
Lucky
about
lady,
money and grifting and
you have that so backwards, lucky lady, that is obvious that you are a chatter of hers. It's obvious. It is so backwards. I can literally pull up every day since the past, 3 weeks, where Brittany has gone live about me, literally about me. And I respond yesterday to a slap lawsuit that she filed against me, and that means she goes on for hours about me. She took a discussion with the stepfather of missing child, and she made it about me. Please, please get realistic here.
well, people just needs to quit skipping around parts of this and listen to all of it and see how it's applying. And if they've got any sense at all, they'll know it. You know, you don't have to paint by number. You know, it's out there, but just grab on to what you just want to hear, and that's it.
Right. And not only that, but again, once you file litigation against somebody, she filed it. She started litigation. At that point, she should have kept her mouth shut. If there was anything valid to her claim, she would have been quiet. Bob, do you want your camera on? Give me a thumbs up. Down. Okay. Hit the little camera button, my friend.
It just burns me to think that that's where this is all went to. How
It's
about let's just
unbelievable.
stop and think about the family and the missing the missing child and their parents. This kid will hear if this kid's still alive, which I pray to God he is. Wait till he has to hear all this bullshit.
Oh, I agree. Bob,
Okay, let's check the mic.
you just have to mute the YouTube in the background.
Okay, give me a minute. I may lose it. I'm
You
going to
should
set
be
it
all right.
down here.
Um,
I
she
don't
is
have
tired.
YouTube in the back.
Oh no,
Hold on. Maybe the TV. Okay, that take care of it.
it did. Yes, it did. How are you?
I'm blessed by the best, kid.
Hello, Bob.
That's the attitude to have.
That's right. Anywho, somebody in the chat room, I can't remember who, made a comment about tarred and feathered for being here. So, to my reply to that is real simple. The day you pay my bills, bring me food, stock my shelves, my laundry. It's a day that you are adult enough to tell me what I can do.
Mm. Let me guess, because you are a subscriber that goes between my chat as well as Brittany's, you're being attacked for being in here?
I go to everybody's channels.
Uh-huh.
I mean, everybody. My list is over 200 long.
Right. Right. People seem to forget that. Subscribers don't owe us anything. How
That's
dare you?
right. If you choose to sub up to me, that's up to you. That's always been my rule of thumb. I could care less about the monetization. I don't care if you sub up. I don't care if you unsubscribe. I started with zero.
Right.
I did it for me, not you. So do what you feel is right. Now that that's out of the way, hi, Val. Are you having a good Christmas?
Yeah, actually getting ready to wrap this up and head over to get a few last minute things done. This is Bob
Okay.
H on panel.
I just wanted to thank you for getting the closet squared away for me.
Oh, you are so welcome. We'll let
Yeah,
you
I
out a little
appreciate
more often.
it. All right, I'm gonna let you get out of here so you can close it down. I love you. Take care.
Merry Christmas,
Love
Bob.
all you
Thank
guys
you.
in chat. You are welcome. See me.
Bye.
People.
So basically, Bob was a little hard to understand there because of his microphone. But what he was saying is that because he was seen chatting in here, somebody commented to him, questioning him being in here.
What I'd like to say too about this, Granny, is that these people that are missing children that are legit, and I'm not saying that none of them are. I know that people do things bad to their children and things. But this is one thing that we need to remember while we're going through our own trials. Look at what these parents are going through with their child being gone, and they have no clue.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
they're beating the bush trying to find it. Yeah, well, maybe they're out every day hunting. We don't know. They could be every single day out there hunting. Oh, they're not hunting and they won't talk. I wouldn't go on YouTube. I wouldn't go on nobody's channel if I had one that's got that messed up. Now, you ask the panel, would they go on YouTube now with the way this has turned out? You better be kind to people. You don't know how far you can push somebody over the edge.
That's
And
some of
these
their
parents,
goals, though. They don't care. These people aren't. They've lost their. They done a well job at dehumanizing people that they can go ahead and push them and not have any. I mean, that Julia would be a perfect example. Somebody wrote a
oh my
comment to her
God.
saying, I'm a real mother of a child with autism, and she cried. But when she's sitting up there giddy, going at Chris and Katie, it's all fun and games. They can never handle back what they give. And that includes you, Brittany. You've made 2 community posts, from my understanding, since I started this stream. But yet you're terrified of me. Why are you watching me? Why don't you click a link instead of constantly pretending to be a victim of mine? I'm responding to your lies last night about my daughter.
I wish BJ would have the bosses come up here and stop the bullshit behind that keyboard and say what she's got to say. But I see that they ain't nobody wants to do that. They don't want to work nothing out, which you've tried that with BJ.
I
And you know
tried that
what?
several times.
That only happened, what, 2 days and it was over and was right back on it again?
Of course, because I have become, when there is nothing left for her to talk about in a true crime case, I am her fallback. I've been this way for years for her now. It's documented well. We put together a fantastic document proving this for my countersuit. And the fact their terms of service, that on the night they were all up there for Seth Rogers and they were giving messages to Sebastian, everything, she still managed a way to bring it back to her. It was impressive when she was like, one night I was upset and Seth Rogers came up to cheer me up, blah, blah, blah. Please, please. Like, your hardships have any comparison?
That's just pathetic to me. Get behind the parents, and act like you know something that you don't have a clue.
Right, like comparing yourself, putting that child in the thumbnail and going on about your own personal self-made problems, please.
I know that it is just sickening to me. Now we've got this other woman, what she's holding rods and go out and look for water.
Right.
This is pathetic. They ain't nobody solved this, and they ain't no creator gonna solve it. If the cops don't know everything, and TBI and FBI don't know nothing yet, we don't. And then they come out, well, I'm friends with Seth, and he's my friend, and this
Right, we're like a family now, and blah blah
oh
blah. But the
yeah, we go
father,
out to eat, and we go to court together, and we do this and we do that.
a
That
father
don't
of a
impress
missing
me
child.
none.
Right.
While you're sitting there talking about their child every day. And there's more out there that shouldn't have never even been brought up. My opinion, speculations, and allegedly. This child, when he comes back home, and if he does, and I pray he does, he's going to look at YouTube one of these days. He's going to.
If
And to
he's still
push
with us,
somebody
yeah.
like Brittany and HB and all of them pushing these people, and now this other little wackadoodle that stepped in, you don't know what you're going to push other people into doing. And are they going to regret it? Well, they will one day, because they're going to have to answer for it.
That's fact. Yep.
You don't do bad things to people. You don't do stuff like that. If you're going to be, if all you're going to do is get on here and grift and sue, and there's one creator, oh, well, we'll get this all paid back. We'll get the, and expecting these elderly people to send every dime they got to pay for her to keep on getting in trouble and running her mouth. Now, who does that?
Right.
I mean, you go so far with your own child. Hey, I told my son, you go in jail, you've been raised right, you go into jail, you wear the same clothes out that you wore in.
Right.
Because you know better.
Lady,
People know better.
Let me clarify something for you here, lucky lady. I know something because I'm in a lawsuit. I know something because it was important that my attorneys made without an absolute doubt that I am not intercepted in their investigation for a missing child. That's a lot different than being buddies with a parent of said missing child. Okay? I wish you could understand that. There's no comparison. I wouldn't need to know what I know if they didn't put me in litigation. It's that simple.
But Granny, they're taking all that you know, just in your personal experiences with all of this lawsuits and stuff, and they're taking it that everybody knows a little secret that they're hiding behind the scenes.
It's ridiculous. It's stupid. That's the immaturity of these people, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The fact is, they wish they knew this. If they want this information, so they can use it online for speculation. Period.
Yeah. Oh, well, somebody knows something. They're just not telling. No, if you know something, say the case would be solved already, don't you think?
Right. Nothing I have needs to be put out on YouTube. Period. End of. It won't be. Too bad. Too bad.
I'm just sick of it. And people, surely to God, this day and age, with all the technology and all the abilities to read and see for themselves, and they can take all of this stuff, they can take every bit of this stuff and just take one word out of it and run like a hank.
Yep.
I just don't understand it. I mean, common sense is out the door.
Well, and that's what they always do. Imaginary. It's not just her. They all do the same thing. They sit there, they do their speculations, they deep dive, they accuse people of crimes, blah, blah, blah. And then they have the audacity to say, y'all, we need to do better. We need to do better. Or, there shouldn't be sides. Y'all, they're attacking our side. And it's so contradictory. I don't know how people don't see right through it. Obviously, they do, because look at the support I have compared to her. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time on her today. I was just so annoyed that she's once again accusing my child of doing something horrific by playing a 30-second out of context clip. And I'm going to defend my children, especially a child that I know you all, your cohorts at minimum, are stalking. So yes, this is a response to what Brittany J had to say about me last night. Instead of spending time consulting with an attorney to figure out the fuck shit she signed herself up for, she is still obsessing over me. But this is all I have for her today. Miss Pearl, I appreciate you coming up. It's always
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for coming.
Y'all have a good Christmas and wish all you well, and y'all take care and enjoy your families. They might not be here the next season.
Amen.
Y'all have a great one.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's it. That's all. That's all I had to say today. I appreciate you all being here with me. I hope that that was enough proof to debunk what she said. When I get the rest of it, I will then too put that out, which will be the conversations between the children themselves that will prove they are trying to tie together two separate situations to justify the fact that I received a message from somebody who is now considering themselves as Associated Britney's, admitting that they are stalking down my child and her new place of employment. Don't ever call me a liar again, because I will come out tenfold with the truth, and I got more coming. So please do keep going. If you haven't, please hit the thumbs up, and I shall see you all tomorrow.